going live. Yeah, we are doing the Monaco Grand Prix.
The Monaco Grand Prix.
I know Sheda always.
Okay.
It is Sheda's show, and the F1 also Apostle is Sheda's show. I would hasten to add that me and my brother, big car people, and Monaco is like the car race. If you don't know Monaco, then you don't know.
It's the creme de la creme on the cream.
Yes,
we've got to go over. I've been watching
yes.
P1, P2, over and P3 over the past few days. So P1, P2, we had Lewis Hamilton came up top. Then P3 was Kimi Antonelli, who's on pole. So for that, we've got obviously Kimi Antonelli, who's on pole. Ooh, 78 laps. We're going to be there. It's happening. We've got our paperwork together. What's happening? Was that not on?
Yeah.
Okay, I do apologise. Let me just make sure.
Yeah, we're charging.
Okay.
Power. So there will be no power cut. There will be no circuitry. We'll fully charge.
Okay. 8 to the left and 11 to the right.
From the pole position all the way to Sandoval, the first corner. The first winner here was one man.
8 to the left, 11 to no.
Fangio. The very first winner of the Monaco Grand Prix was Fangio.
The Ferrari tyres, the softest in their range. They are the C3, the C4, and the C5. They're a step harder than they were last year.
Just to let you guys know, we're not covering Spurs, we're not covering England, we are covering the Monaco Grand Prix.
A beautiful part of the world to be in, but surely the best part is on the starting grid. And sadly for Gabriel Bortoletto, it looks like he's going to have to start from the pit lane for the second time this season. The Aston Martins were the two slowest qualifiers, Alonso and Stroll at the back. Ahead of them, Valtteri Bottas and Ollie Behrman out in Q1 here for the second year running. Sergio Perez equaled Cadillac's best performance in qualifying of the season. He starts 18th alongside Esteban Ocon, who was in the top 10 here last year. Gabriel Bortoletto, as I say, will be starting from the pit lane. He had an issue with his Audi. Arvid Lindblad is 15th on the grid. Franco Colapinto is 14th, and Nico Hulkenberg has his lowest start of the season in 13th. Carlos Sainz has a 100% point scoring record here. In 10 starts, he starts 12th alongside his teammate Alex Albon, Williams' best quality of the year. Liam Lawson had a few issues, but he's made it to the grid. That's great to see. He lines up 10th, and Pierre Gasly 9th, his best Monaco quality since 23. 1,000 Grand Prix for McLaren, their worst qualifying of the season. Norris 8th and Piastri 7th. George Russell down at a lonely 6th, and Isaac Hadjar qualified 5th here for the second year running. The second row is all Ferrari.
Come on now.
So Ferrari is second on the grid.
Second row.
Second row. They're second row. Sorry. The second row.
And Kimi Antonelli on the front row, a fourth pole of the season for Kimi Antonelli. Will it be Martin Brundle, a fifth Grand Prix victory in a row?
Fourth pole.
He's got every chance of doing that if he can get into.
Depends if his start is good. So we've got Antonelli, Verstappen, Hamilton, Leclerc, Hadjar, Russell, Piastri, Norris, Gasly, Lawson. Who's 11th position? Sainz, Hulkenberg, Colapinto, Lindblad, Bortoletto, Ocon. Bortoletto's from the pit, Perez, Behrman, Bottas, Alonso, and Stroll. I've got to work out who I'm missing. I'm missing somebody.
Was on the pole position until he hit the barriers yesterday. Certainly would have been very close indeed. That's what I'm expecting.
I'm missing Gasly. That's what I'm missing. No, I'm missing Gasly.
If he doesn't beat him
No,
into the
Gasly's
first
9th.
corner, both drivers on the front row of the grid.
Lindblad. That's what I'm missing. Lindblad.
That now anyway, and we'll see what happens. Good to see Liam Lawson on the grid.
It is good to see Liam Lawson. You get some water. Be right back because we're starting in.
Best case scenario, we'll start in the pit lane. He's on the grid, so.
Okay, what's that doing there? Nobody's calling, don't even think about it, let's put that over there. I'm expecting somebody, but...
He thought there might be a power unit problem.
Yeah.
It is
okay.
a car systems issue that they managed to fix and get him out.
No, I didn't. We didn't schedule this, so apologies. But we are. We're just about waiting for the start.
Oh, medium tyres to start. Okay.
Medium tyres.
They did their practice in soft.
Yeah.
So all soft tyres for qualification.
Do you think any one of the top 10 might have gone for a bit of a gamble at the start?
It's one stop. Last year it was 2 stops.
Early on, if you use the extra grip with the soft time, make a couple of places, then hang on to it. But if you don't, you've literally blown your chance. So Max a little bit slow
Okay.
away there, happy to
Just let the public know we're watching.
telling, wasn't it? Max trying to
I
find
don't need to lipstick, it's quite fine.
some contraction, some bite, took a while to hook it up
Just
with
put
the
that up
clutch
there.
and first gear there, but away
I'm
they
going to get
go.
some water. Ooh, baby.
Excitement.
For me, it's quite unusual to have, not so much unusual to have company, but I really do like getting into, you know, I have my little bits around
Yeah,
me,
yeah,
as
yeah.
you can see my
Yeah, yeah,
paperwork. How's the cushioning? You right there?
The
Comfortable on
cushioning's
the seat?
good. The cushioning's good. Yeah.
He comfortable on the seat there.
Yeah.
Okay. Monaco. Wow. So one stop. Obviously, as you know, they've got to go. I think they've got to use all tyres. So even if it's medium hard or soft medium or soft hard, for those that have started, but everyone starts on the medium tyres. So it's not the medium hard, because medium hard or soft or medium soft. I'm thinking the soft will give them more soft, even though the degradation would be more. I suppose it's a case of maybe they're doing long sprints first and then getting into a shorter stint afterwards, which could be part of the case. So we've got 78 laps. And you know, now Monaco, the first that they had here, Monaco 78, what was I going to say? It's the most wins here has been by Ayrton Senna, which is lovely.
Yeah, well,
think of the history
you know.
of the place, everything else, and how
Ayrton
they used
Senna, man,
to.
the general, Ayrton Senna.
And to think how they used to, they used to have no helmets as such, just a little flat cap, cloth cap,
Yeah.
no goggles when they
Yeah.
first come back all face all black up,
Yeah.
and you know, just really bouncing into the wall. Didn't even have it half of the security.
No, didn't have half of them stuff.
You know, in concern to just who's that?
There's not an awful lot of that.
Oh, that's just information. That's okay. Okay, so formation. Let me just double check. Colin Pinto. Let me just double check. Colin Pinto, 11. Okay, Lawson's 10. Lawson's
So
10.
making all the
11.
notes.
Oh shit.
Drive by them.
Okay, I'll just double check. I've got a mistake between 11 and 13.
We're really interested in the start here because so far this year the second row has led the opening lap of a Grand Prix in every Grand Prix.
Okay, we're ready to start.
But they're still forming up on the back of the grid anyway.
Okay, which means while they're forming up, obviously the tyres are the ones at the front. So
he's obliged to go in the pit lane anyway. As they line up, we give it some time.
you can see how Verstappen's tyres are. Come on, Kimi! Come on, Kimi! Come on, Kimi!
4 lights.
Come on, Kimi!
5 lights.
Come on, Kimi! Come on, Kimi! Come on, Kimi! Woo! You see Leclerc? Oh no, gosh!
Verstappen's. And the two McCart, so the two Ferrari them is right behind. The two Ferrari them is right behind.
But Verstappen stopped.
Verstappen is stopped.
He had to stall.
You know, sometimes they used to have the yellow flag and they used to start them again.
Yeah, but they can't do that
They
now.
can't have to do that no
I
more.
mean, not saying they can't do that, but
They don't really do that nowadays.
okay. So who's
Shame,
we've got?
Nice to come turning.
Okay, so we've got
The two Ferrari them is
Antonelli,
right behind Antonelli. And then the Bull.
Verstappen. Sorry, we've got Antonelli, and then we've got
The two Ferraris.
Lewis, and then Leclerc behind.
Yeah.
Lewis's helmet is pink, and Leclerc's is white. In consensus, when you just so that Hadjar. Come on, Hadjar. One of these days, Hadjar's gonna get his.
Yeah. Again, Monaco is the race of races, so
What happened? They haven't gone back.
people who overtake here are only gonna overtake on specific spots.
Even then, it's very hard.
It's very, very hard. It's really only the very,
Let's
very
find out what's
top.
happened to Verstappen.
Bring it home, Max.
Bring it home, Max.
Now or bring it home to the checkered flag. I'm hoping it's the latter.
Oh my gosh. I mean, he has come back from 20th place in the past, but you know.
So is he going to take it into the pits and
He's
come
got no
back?
choice. Oh, I suppose go around one lap and.
Yeah,
But did it start?
yeah.
That's one thing about this season. The power can just go, and that's like,
Yeah.
you know. what can happen with the Ferraris now, they can overcut with how they're when depending who goes in.
Verstappen, so they got Verstappen there in the corner. Let's see what they're gonna do. They're looking to do nothing. What, they're looking to retire him?
Oh wow, they were looking
Yeah,
at
they're retiring him.
power unit. It's very much what happened to Russell, obviously, in Canada.
Yeah.
He did. Remember I was saying to him about how his wheels were?
Yeah.
Thinking about the fast starting grid, but actually, sadly, you need to think about all 21 of them that were on the grid at the time. So,
Okay. Very good start, obviously, for Leclerc.
Yeah.
For Hamilton. See, Hadjar's up. Russell, obviously, is up. Piastri. Oh, well, it's not usual that Max Verstappen is out, but, you know.
So the two Ferraris are trying to close in. There's a bit of a gap now between the two Ferraris.
A bit more, 3 seconds behind.
Yeah.
You gotta be kidding me. Okay, Russell.
Okay.
Everybody's up.
They're going a bird's eye.
And obviously, Anthony's pulling away a little bit with 3.2 seconds. That's not too far.
Not too far, no.
The biggest gap there that I see is Piastri. Not even there. Oh, here it comes.
For a full start and being out of position. Russell was down in 6th on the grid.
So you got midfield, you've got Piastri.
His teammate George Russell has been noted for a full start and being out of position.
17. 6 Piastri, all the way to 14th. There's a bit of a midfield. There's a bit of a midfield pile up there. And then there's a gap right at the back, Bortoletto, apologies. Yeah, Bortoletto. There's a gap there between Bortoletto
and Behrman.
Yeah.
I mean, between first and Behrman, we've got 42 seconds.
Yeah.
Which in itself is nothing.
No,
seconds
not
for us.
really.
But obviously,
not
in
really.
this light, it's quite a lot to think of it. Come on now.
Hulkenberg,
he started 11th? No, Hulkenberg started 13th on the grid.
On the grid, yeah.
There we go. Hulkenberg started 13th, and to be honest, that's his worst this season because he's been starting number 10. Remember I've been saying it's 10.
Yeah.
Or no, he's been starting 11. He's been starting just out of the qualifying.
Yeah.
He's been getting Q1, Q2. Let's get this back up because obviously the way that we're going, we're not getting. So how do you feel so far?
It's interesting little Monaco thing. I mean, he did say what did he say? Like the driver that's had the most wins, the late Ayrton Senna.
Yes.
I remember Senna when I was watching motor racing all the time. Senna and Prost had some fantastic battles here in that period in the 80s and 90s. At that time, yeah. At that time, I was glued. I was glued to motor racing. You know, so it's really a little bit of a throwback now. Me watching Monaco here now. 3 second gap there. The two Ferraris again. It's the two Ferraris behind Antonelli.
And Hamilton is still going. They're quite tight behind her.
And then Russell, there's a bit of a gap now
between Russell and Piastri.
Yeah, and then you've got midfield. You've got midfield there between 6.
I think Piastri. Ooh. Okay, let's have a look at the start again. They're going to show
it again. The start. Let's see.
He
just never.
Fortunately, Leclerc missed that because he could have gone in the back as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's pulling away there.
He did well, Antonelli.
Yeah.
Well, he knew he had to.
Yeah.
But we didn't see. They said that Russell.
Showing it again. Yeah, never.
Did you see Russell's car? I didn't see Russell's car then.
I tell you what, they did incredibly well. Smash into the back of it.
Never.
That's it.
Oh well, the bull, no wings.
That's
no wings on the bull today.
Yeah, the wings are definitely not. Russell.
for a false start, being out of position. He did look a little bit far forward. He was certainly angled a bit, but the stewards have said
Russell
that's
didn't
absolutely
do
fine.
too badly.
No penalty coming his way.
Oh, that's lucky he's not getting a penalty. Okay, is this Piastri? It's Norris. Oh,
He could have really, millimeters in it, those millimeters in
close
it.
it. Oh. Okay, so Piastri got ahead of him, obviously.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, Norris.
That few seconds can wreck your afternoon.
Yeah, Norris hasn't had the best weekend in that sense. So there should be no further investigation concerns to Russell.
A little bit of a gap there now with Russell. A little bit of a gap.
So the gap between the leader and Russell is 11 seconds.
Yeah.
Piastri got 15 seconds.
And this is what makes Monaco, where you've got to come all the way down. You've got to slow right down to get around that hairpin before you come out and then go into this tunnel.
Yeah, so normally what we
And what's good about as we come through the chicane here is how they've got to get the one wheel obviously over the right side. Now, as I'm cutting myself there, because it's a street race, every year it's a little bit different.
Yeah.
Every year there are certain things about maybe going up to Casino Square, or otherwise coming around certain parts of the race where they've either retarded, it's resurfaced, I apologise.
Yeah.
So it's always a race that's constantly changing organically.
Yeah.
In that sense. I was going to get
I do like the fact that hairpin bends and then going into the tunnel. That's iconic. That's always been
every
there.
part of this race is iconic and concerned. So just as we get used to it, there are very little parts of the actual circuit that has changed in concern to just what they can do, because remember also the Monaco is a small municipality in itself, so there are very few parts of it which they can actually expand on or otherwise change part of that race. As you say, going through the tunnel and going through, this is part of the as they go to the swimming pool. I was going to say, we're talking about some of those who have won over years. Michael Schumacher has won 5 Monacos. Ayrton Senna the most with 6, and Sterling Moss 3. I was quite surprised. I didn't realise that Sterling Moss had won so many Monacos.
Yeah, I was surprised. He's done well. Sterling Moss is probably. Again, he was number 2 driver to Fangio. Fangio won 5 titles, was it?
Wow.
And Fangio was, again, he had race orders then.
Yes.
So Sterling Moss is probably one of the most underrated British drivers ever.
I was just looking at the lap difference between obviously Piastri and Gasly there, as we're showing us who was going well in Sector 1, Sector 2 and Sector 3. It was looking like Piastri was actually going faster to actually overtake Gasly right now in front of him. But it's where can he take him? Even if he's able to Bottas, the smoke increasing on the front of the brakes. So Bottas might be out again. Okay. Oh, we go.
40 kilometers an hour. What's that in miles an hour? About 150 miles an hour when you slam on the brakes to make that
150 miles an hour.
So getting yourself down, struggling off about 100 miles an hour of speed to go into that.
He's closing in on him. He's trying to.
Over the curve they go. Norris is able to follow closely.
Bortoletto. They're showing Bortoletto there.
Coming from Bottas's brakes. We'll be getting a visor full of that smoke, as he's in 20th place now, ahead of Ben, who has pitted. In fact, from Sergio Perez downwards, they've all made a pit stop in this race so far.
They've all made a stop.
Strategy.
Not all, well, some of them have. We can see most of them starting on hard. We've got Alonso on soft, Stroll on soft, Behrman on hard. So he did come in, and obviously we've got one out, which is Verstappen. So there's 2 on hard, which is Bortoletto and Behrman. And the fastest lap at the moment is Antonelli. So he's 5.5 ahead of Hamilton, with Leclerc just 5.0 penalty for Sergio Perez.
Okay.
So that might be, have you seen 5 seconds, 10 seconds?
Where is he? Perez,
Perez
okay, he's
is
down
now
16.
16th.
Yeah.
Okay, so yes. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna start to
That's
make.
probably gonna, that potentially might take him out of midfield. He'll be more to the back of the grid with the other drivers more to the back.
And like Coffee said, those at the back that have made one pit stop potentially thinking of going to the end. The only exception I think is
Let's see
Aston
what
Martin
we've got
with the
out at the
soft
moment.
tyre.
So at the moment we've got one out, which is Verstappen,
Yeah.
You lose about 19 seconds of your race time making a pit stop.
and really he was out obviously due to his engine starting at race. Okay, so 25 seconds. That's quite a lot. 5.5 seconds.
Yeah.
It's getting more, but mind you, Leclerc it seems to be closer to Hamilton now. Who's that
There he
in?
is.
That's Ocon. So Ocon's changing from, he's in the pit. So from medium to, is he going to hard or
And
soft?
Russell.
Who's he going? Pit stop is...
From Antonelli to Russell, there seems to be that 5 seems to be making some distance away from Piastri.
Say that again, please.
From Antonelli to Russell, there seem to be that 5 seem to be making some distance now, pulling away from Piastri.
Yes, but Russell is only 1.7 seconds behind Hajar, which means that he's obviously, as you say, closer. Piastri,
Yeah.
as you say, is at 5.9 behind. So at least, mind you, they're getting closer. It's starting to warm up a little. I mean, it's a fast. Okay,
Yeah.
Hamilton. Hamilton's getting faster.
Why then is the gap reducing? Ferrari haven't got the answer in terms of
Yeah, in
pace.
concerns to coming back.
Antonelli's just had to thread his way through those back markers.
Okay, Antonelli's still doing the fastest lap.
Bottas and Behrman too. He's lost about a second in doing so to Lewis Hamilton, but of course Hamilton is going to come
And
up.
what tyres did Ocon go into? Ocon went on to hard. So he went from medium to hard. Sorry, medium to hard.
Temperature management.
He's got a 21. He's 21 behind 15th. There's a gap there.
Because your brakes are pretty
Yeah.
hot. So,
Sergio Perez, so he's done his penalty.
Management to do for Antonelli, but he's cleared those back markers and just flown through them.
Oh, this is the start again, is it?
Sergio Perez and the false start. So you've got a relay light system, and is he in the wrong? Is he in the wrong position? Yeah, I think he's just a little bit too far further forward. It wasn't
I
a
think he's
light
got to be
system.
so accurate when they do this.
Oh, yes.
So Antonelli leads 4.3 seconds is the
Okay,
gap.
Russell is all the way behind there. So Russell will get, how many points will Russell get? 14 points. 25, 18.
Antonelli lost 9 tenths of a second getting through that traffic, so not too bad. And now Hamilton and Leclerc have got to do the same things. Antonelli catching Perez now. It won't really be that long either before he's right up behind the two Aston Martins.
He's going to have to think about tyre management as well. If brakes are just overheating slightly, then he's got to keep his tyres under control here. And whilst we haven't seen a huge amount of degradation,
Max Spearman there just coming out of the tunnel.
It's fairly warm here, racing in June for the first time in 23 years. There's Hamilton lapping Ollie Behrman. So there's
25, 18, 15. If Russell comes in, or if he finishes in where he is, obviously he won't get the 25 points.
Yeah.
So which means, that means that 31, 41, 51, 56 points, 156. Antonelli, 156 in the championship. And
Another 2 tenths out of the lead on that lap, down to 4 seconds.
Russell only get 12 points.
Yeah.
Yeah, 4.5 behind him. Hajar,
Which would mean possibly that Leclerc, if Leclerc and they're on 78 and 76. That means they could. Lewis Hamilton and Leclerc could surpass Russell in the championship.
Okay.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah. I mean, good to see Lewis having such a good race. And
It is.
at the track.
Yes, and happy.
Yes.
Yes, and happy. Can you pass me some of your water, please?
The Audi
Yeah,
team,
sure.
2.6 seconds
Got some in the
for them to
Thank
get
you.
Hulkenberg back out onto the track and keep
got
him
some-
ahead of
I've been
Esteban
drinking
Ocon,
spring
who made his
water
pit
these
stop
days.
a few laps ago.
Thank you
Max
very
might
much.
just be slowing his pace
Water,
a
they're
slight
cool, refreshing
out in
drink.
front. Hamilton
Yeah.
4 seconds behind him and picking up a bit of time.
Yeah, no, brilliant.
So if anybody, obviously, if you've got anything that you want to talk to us about, or if you two are watching your first time hearing about Formula One, then I can only encourage you to continue.
And if you are a Formula One enthusiast and you've seen Not Just Football at Tottenham Hotspurs, the channel is called Not Just Football for a reason. We don't only cover football.
It's not just, and you can see us live again on Tuesday.
Yeah.
On the Not Just Football channel, on the F1 and the All Sports Radio Talk channel. Well, both of us will be there. Professor Johnson and myself. Sheda.
Yep.
These early lappages during the course of this race. Ollie Behrman is.
Now, I didn't, admittedly, we decided at the last moment to go live.
Yeah.
So, in terms of paperwork, we were just going to kind of lounge and just watch. So, as much as getting it all out to make sure that I've got all the corners and correctly. So, we're going to be doing a lot of descriptive work. Oh, what's somebody saying there?
I'm just putting in a little message.
Okay, alrighty. You know, they were talking about how much it costs to put your boat in one of those berths there.
Yeah.
And as much as there were times when I thought, oh, it'd be great to be at some of the races, this to me, with 3 or 4, you just is the best view that you get
Yeah.
in watching the race, being a part of the race. Other than obviously, when I was at Silverstone, there was something about actually being in that environment and actually seeing the whole track and realising just the different parts of the track. You know?
On Charles Leclerc, but this is a team sport, and Ferrari might say you play the team game, and eventually it'll go your way.
Casino
and race in the future.
coming down.
Are you serious? And they're going to ask Hamilton to give the space to Leclerc to let him overtake? They better not mess about.
What they're saying? Are they saying that
There's a lot of
quicker?
Max Verstappen never really got going. Here he is talking
So
to
they've got to do the right thing.
Really disappointing to see you here because everyone's been robbed of what could have been a magnificent start. So I'm really sorry first and foremost. When were you first aware of the issue?
When it
The
didn't
formation
start.
lap was not going very well. And then
When the cars didn't
after
move.
that, the pre-start was terrible.
Didn't
There was just no.
When the cars didn't move, that's when I realised I was at.
And I really got a little bit of fallback after the first corner, and then
Sorry.
it sounded really awful. So
Yeah, it is a shame from the point to have seen him second place and then.
Well, it was really encouraging. So you go into Barcelona in just a week's time. What promises
Spain's going to be alright.
can you make to yourself and the team about what can be achieved there?
completely different track.
Spain's nice too.
To see if we actually really made a step forward.
Back in Spain again for Formula One.
So that will be an interesting weekend.
Sorry about today.
Red Bull Powertrains will be examining that power units very, very
Yeah,
carefully.
they do their own power units, Red Bull. So for Red Bull and Red Bull Racing, which is great because they're the only ones responsible.
First time, but is that
But
a big
however-
failure that's cost them big points for this weekend?
It's
Alexander we
unfortunate.
just saw going straight through the chicane. Here is George Russell, who slowly but surely has been catching Isaac Hadjar.
He has
for the
been.
last
He's
few
really,
laps.
but Hadjar is 8.3 seconds behind Leclerc, which is behind the leader. He's about 3 seconds behind Leclerc.
Going through the tunnel.
Okay. So
Just make sure you've got good tyres when he does get out of the way.
Make sure you've got good tires.
Front left graining on Isaac Hadjar's car when he's got a gearbox and an engine and quite a lot of car in between him and the tyres. That is a great spot.
I'm glad that Hadjar has the opportunity to show himself because the fact that he was also. What's Hadjar saying?
Yeah, copy everything. Tyres over peak.
because Hajar had an accident P1 at the beginning of the this weekend. So Red Bull will be able to get his car back. Yeah, Red's able to get his car back on, and he's able to bring his game to Max Verstappen.
Yeah.
Whereas previous teammates, he hasn't been able to do that.
Yeah.
Or haven't been able to do that because the car's mainly been set up for Max Verstappen, as opposed to Hajar's. He's got his elbows out, which is good.
They head through to back. Lewis Hamilton on his tail. He's got to get past the Aston Martin.
Come on now, Lewis. I do hope the Ferrari do the right thing when it comes to that one stop, which may be about, lap 23, lap 30, what's happening there? Had Isaac. Ooh, he's totally missed the corner. See, they're meant to get the right tyre.
Yeah.
Because of how the corner is on that, coming round that chicane, I've learned that when you get your back right-hand tyre on it just helps you springboard right up, going forward into the next corner and straight on the straight there.
Messages to the pit walls are, don't go early. I think Hajar is going to boxing. The problem that Russell has is Hajar's pace is a
So as we can see, the oldest tyres of the first 6 they haven't changed yet. Then obviously we've got those others that they've got 16 laps on their tyres. Hulkenberg's got the newest tyres with just 4 laps because he's obviously changed.
Yeah.
Alonso 12. So quite a few of them did change early.
Bottas is in.
Okay. I think that's it.
And to box overheating issues,
Okay,
maybe
box.
on the brakes.
Okay, Bottas, that's a real shame.
So Bottas out just ahead of him. Ollie Ben, we were speculating as to what might have happened to him on the first lap.
Okay.
Anthony Davidson in 2 seconds.
George, how much pace would you have in clear air? At least 1 second, I think.
That could bring George Russell back into the picture a little bit. Anthony Davidson, the Sky Race control. You've gone back to the opening lap. What do you got for us, mate?
Yeah, basically, Behrman was fighting Ocon. He was directly behind him. Ocon thought about going to the inside of the hairpin to try and move on somebody, but then darts back onto the racing line. He had enough space to do that. Behrman got a bit caught out and just sort of whacked straight into the back of him and damaged the front wing. That's why he had to come in and make a nose change.
So what we've got going on now, Hamilton can start to see Antonelli again down the straight, which is always a great incentive, and Antonelli can start to see the red nose of a Ferrari keep popping up here and there, which
Come on now, Hamilton.
is a little bit more difficult to.
Now, there has only been one time that you can actually overtake on this track, and it has happened once before. I think that's with Coulthard. I had a double check what year that was. It's only Okay, so Red Bull are having some problems with their braking, obviously not being able to brake. And if there's a red flag,
so when you pull a downshift, it's like
ooh, baby.
Oh,
So come on now, come on now, come on now, come on now, come on George, come on George,
Really close.
come on George. Well, George will be happy if he can obviously get past Hajar, because George hasn't had a good weekend at all. You know, his qualifying wasn't that good. Where did he start? He qualified 6th, 7th, he's 7th he started. So he's 6th, I apologise. 6th he started there. So where are you right now? Where, if you're listening to us, and we've got one, is that one person that's listening to
I'm
us?
just putting a few messages in and just like
If
letting people know what's happening.
otherwise, let us know where you are looking, listening to us from, or looking from. That'd be nice.
British drivers, it's patience that's needed, and then maybe a gap will open up for them on lap 28 of a race that now sees Kimi Antonelli leading by about 5 seconds. He's now starting to push that little bit harder. I wonder if there's a pit stop coming.
Imagine that 5 races in a row. They're going to start. Somebody made a comment yesterday. I'm not going to say who.
Power is down, no first gear. Hajar's really struggling.
And if he can't pull first gear,
Hajar is struggling.
the rear axle, that means the turbo's not spooling up in those slow corners as well. So he'll get poor acceleration on the corners.
As it'll come to you as soon as they have a solution. I'll come to you.
Solution will come. Don't go mess up that man, you know.
Of the silver arrow of George Russell, and he'd quite like some answers as to how he can do something about it. He's He's got his feet, he's got his steering wheel, but he needs his team to give him more power.
Yeah, it's painful for Russell. He knows he could go an awful lot faster. That's the nature of Monaco. But Russell is already well over a pit stop behind his teammate out in front because you just can't pass around here. That's the way it is. It's the way it's always been.
Yes,
Not how it is these
It's the way
days.
it's always
It's where
been.
it's always been.
I'll give you,
Only the very best
1992
have been able to navigate Monaco.
It's about, I suppose, as you say, that pass. So there's nowhere to pass. You cannot pass, and some have passed with such detriment
Yeah.
because it's going into a wall somewhere.
Yes.
Behind Charles Leclerc, who now is over 11.
Okay, yes, so Hajar, that's 15 seconds. Yeah, that's.
Antonelli has got a safety car pit stop ahead of Charles Leclerc. So if he pits,
So that means that Hajar, in some respects, is really holding up Lewis Hamilton because look how close.
Lewis Hamilton.
Oh, look up.
Big lock up going into the chicane.
Woo!
Right there.
Has Hajar got enough? That chicane to stay ahead? Yes. As they go through to the back.
Okay, come on. You can't hold him. I don't think you can hold him. Okay.
2 seconds of that now.
Oh wow.
There we are. Cynthia, a little chapter on the grid.
Yeah, kinda.
He's having a wicked time, I really do. 22 laps out of 78.
I mean, I suppose, you know, when you're talking to the infamous and the famous as on the grid, sometimes there's no getting away from not being seen.
Yeah.
But you're known and you're seen and you're there because you can be seen and because you've got a name. So there is that give and take in concerns to your personality as well as when somebody pushes a microphone in front of you and having, you know, because she was polite, you know, she encouraged him to, you know, take good care and to dehydrate and to not get too hot.
Yeah.
Even though he's there year in, year out for how many years.
Yeah.
I suppose for some of how Formula One has changed over the years with those who want to be there within the limelight as opposed to fans. But it is nice to see that it does. People are coming towards the sport.
Yeah.
You know, from that point of view, people admire that and they want to be a part of it.
It slows you both down a great deal as well.
Okay, so what's that? So third and fourth, Hajar and Russell have still got that competition there.
No fix. We're still working on a solution. Currently, there's no fix. Head down.
No fix. They're telling Hajar we can't do nothing about that and you have to just drive the castle.
You have to just drive it. Just drive it.
21 years of age and racing here for the first time for Red Bull after a brilliant 6th place finish last year in the Racing Bulls in the B team.
George making some.
Yeah, Hajar did very well last year, and that's one of the reasons why I hope they don't mess him up in Red Bull Racing because he was definitely doing very well, and it was really important that they would support him in Red Bull as opposed to Red Bull Racing.
Yeah.
As the other guys. Oh, it's tight. Okay, Russell's doing well. He's trying to overtake. He's trying to, but he knows he can't.
He might just need a bit of extra boost.
Russell just needs a little. He could, if anything, maybe overtake him in the tunnel. But he has to be. I mean, you've got such a blind spot.
With George Russell there.
Ooh.
Maybe out of the chicane as well.
Yeah.
Try and get a bit more power on if the rear tyres will give him
That's so
enough
short
grip
there, coming
to
back
try and
now.
get alongside.
Front of
It's
the
so
box side.
difficult, but I think the possibility is there.
And as we're coming back round, oh, excuse me.
He's gone through that management phase now. He's checking out.
Oh, apologise.
That's 7.
So the race, Anthony, as I say, is 8 seconds ahead of Hamilton. Anthony is getting a little space of his own, really. And Leclerc, oh, this is what I was going to mention. Oh, he went over through the chicane there, missed the corner of that totally. They used to do that a lot, you know, overtaking, kind of cheat in ways, but not so much now. All right then, Missy.
She's watching the race.
Still getting over the fact that she's been getting in a chair. She's in mash at the plant in the back. She's vexed her. Okay. All right then, Hajar Russell. I'm going to, I think at lap 27, I'm going to go and check on some food.
This Isaac Hadger George Russell battle is being repeated in the Gasly Norris battle as well. Lando Norris is going through
Yeah, because obviously Norris has been behind Gasly. Oh, I really was, and it's not doing well for the tyres when you're so close, and you have to keep braking like that. You can't get past, obviously, someone that you know that you're much faster than. I am nursing a thumb which
in the 16s and then Hadjar 19s. That's Pins Russell in 1 minute 19s.
I never so often I go ow because it hurts. It's so great, but it's gonna heal.
Yeah.
Keep kissing it and letting it know that I love it.
Give it 2 more laps.
Okay.
And because of this,
So at the moment, there seems to be there's nobody joining us right now.
If you're out there and you're following and watching, please join us.
36 seconds behind.
Please join.
So when we see those two, that means that there's nobody that's actually with us at the moment.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
And then yeah.
Okay, cool. Alright.
And the second one is a thumbs up.
But I do know that when our followers come through and they realise that we were on, that obviously they were like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I think you may. Oh, come on! He's gonna make it. He's gonna make it. Oh! Nearly under. Come on now. Come on, George. Come. He needs a bit more power.
Yeah, a little bit more power. He's right behind him. He's right behind him.
Okay. He's ready. He's ready. Okay, so if not this, okay, I was going to take a little break there, but that's not going to happen. Okay, between the Kirk and the Hadjar, what's happening there?
Almost got part of his car alongside.
Yeah, Hadjar put it in the middle of the track, which is a smart thing to do. Go left, it's bumpy and dirty.
Okay, alright then, nearly you saw something there. And
Nearly,
the thing is,
we're close.
if,
really close.
definitely, if he, I say to go left or right, the bumpy and dirty, and then obviously you could get squeezed into the wall, which is not what you want.
No.
George Russell, what is Kimi Antonelli being told on the radio?
He's loving life out in front of this.
Kimi Antonelli don't know nobody, he's just doing his own thing, so long as he...
To just keep the gap when it was 8.4 seconds to do his Hampton. You can see on the screen it's now
Antonelli is flying.
He's enjoying.
Mercedes are doing quite well. You know what I think about Bono? Bono was Lewis Hamilton's engineer. Who's 7 times world champion.
Yeah.
And they had the relationship which most of us can, you know.
Yeah.
And to think that now the current preceding world champion is Kimi Antonelli, who's also got Bono.
Yeah.
Makes me that Peter Bonington is definitely the man.
Yeah.
As his engineer.
Yeah.
And to have, from what we're seeing of Lewis Hamilton at this time, because remember Lewis Hamilton, when he went to Mercedes, when he was with Alonso in his first year, and then the second year, his first year he only missed out the championship by I think it was 1 point. 1 point in your first season. That was like, okay. Bing.
Yeah.
Definitely. Okay, 27 laps out of 78. Pit stops we've got Ocon, Alonso, Stroll, Perez, Bottas, Bortoleto and Behrman have all had pit stops. Everybody else is still on their medium tyres. Yes, it's Casino.
The iconic chicane with the hairpin bend.
Yes.
So they're making some switch changes to the power unit with Hadjar from the Red Bull pit wall. We'll see if they can help him with his problems.
He's got to give that back, hasn't he?
George Russell looking for a way through.
He can't. Oh, if he's...
What will follow, I'm sure, in a couple of moments, is a radio message from George Russell saying he cut the chicane, he gained an advantage.
Yeah. He's gonna definitely.
Yeah, that's definitely
going to come and see the distance, the time. That's a tough call for the stewards.
Right, keep a great eye on what's happening there. Oh, is here the radio? Come on, Russell. That's right. Tell him. And even though
George, let's see what the stewards think about it if it leaves in front of them.
Remember last year, George Russell cut the chicane behind Alex Albon to gain an advantage and got a penalty because he thought it was better than being stuck behind the Williams for a little bit longer. Well, he was right, wasn't he? He was right, to be honest on that.
Round the hairpin. Let's see now.
If Isaac Hadjar does that again.
Now, one thing about Monaco, as much as Hamilton's going to box, now
So coming
he's the
now,
first.
let's see if we can put some pressure on Kimi Antonelli. If your tyres are starting to go, we found a
Okay, and he's in the pit.
Okay, they're coming in at the 29th lap.
Pit change.
Okay.
By the Ferrari team, Charles Leclerc goes through. Hamilton onto the racetrack in bags of clean space and clean air here in Monte Carlo.
So what should happen is obviously when Leclerc hits, Hamilton should then go forward and go ahead.
Yeah.
Then be back in position. Anyhow, Ferrari messed that up is me and them.
So he's pitted, he's gone in early, and he's hoping that.
Oh, he's up 29, which is, 30, just under halfway to the speed.
Yeah.
Good point there. You were saying pitted gone in.
It's gone in, so really it's distance.
Now, one stop, he should, should be in for the rest of the time. So that's part of the top, I suppose, 8.
Yeah.
The first one to
and then he's
so he's gone
Antonelli.
into hard now.
Yeah. So then Antonelli's got a pit.
Yeah.
Leclerc's got a pit. Is how much distance Hamilton can create so that he can hopefully leapfrog him.
Yeah, he's in clean air.
Yeah.
So even though he's in third, I suppose it's all the traffic that's surrounding, isn't it? Really?
Yeah. He can get through the traffic and he can burn that rubber.
Okay, what's happening there?
Okay, what's going on?
Yeah,
right behind him.
And knows where to place his car, but again, that's two drivers holding each other up effectively. But what's surprising me, Piastri, you assume with Hadjar's problem, Piastri would cruise up to the back of Russell. But McLaren really struggling for pace.
Well, it's good that Fred Vasseur is on the pit lane. He wasn't about yesterday. He had a situation in the hospital. So I didn't necessarily say Behrman, box. So we're seeing around this time that obviously drivers are coming in for the one pit stop of the race. Unless there is a yellow flag or it's red flag, which can and usually happens in some respects, but it might not. If it's a good one, it might not happen. So we'll see. Oh, another thing I wanted to say, Monaco is quite great. It's really hilly.
Yeah.
So it's only when you can really see it in some respects, like even as they're going down right now, but obviously as they come out of the chicane and go into the tunnel, and going past the swimming pool, the boats and so forth, and obviously to see how they're going up the gradient of the circuit. Okay.
And Lewis Hamilton.
Right.
Who's 0.6 of a second slower than Leclerc on the last lap. He starts to
I suppose that would mean that Hamilton's tyres will be older than the others come as the race kind of like.
Well, they'll be more worn. They'll have a high temperature.
Another so that.
For those who were talking, remember our science lesson, we were talking about temperature and polymers. I mean, it depends. Who is that? Oh.
Yeah.
Man just bounced the wall.
Okay.
So we've got retirement by Bremen.
Bremen's out. Did well.
So Bremen's car has Bremen's car's packed up.
He's out.
And the engineers have brought him in. He's not happy, understandably.
Yes, definitely.
We feel his pain and his frustration.
So we've got 3 outs, so that's Behrman, Bottas and Verstappen.
Yeah.
Okay, so with so much heat, I suppose the cars are just kind of like at their max.
So they're going to pit George Russell this
Okay,
time
that
around
someone's
then,
girlfriend
to try
who's got
to
I wonder,
get
yeah.
him
pumped up.
through undercut to get out on fresh tyres and finally get it past Isaac Hadjar, but where will he feed out?
Russell
Russell
in
in.
pits.
Well, he will feed
Okay.
out behind
What pit stop was that? 2.4. Not too bad. You know, the winner of the DHL pit stops has been Red Bull over most years.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've got the fastest pit stop.
Yeah.
So when you actually see it, it's like, wow. You know.
I remember when Benetton, I remember Ross Brawn was at Benetton, and this is the year that and Ayrton Senna when he passed, and Schumacher was at Benetton, and Ross Brawn revolutionised pit training. He really took it to that level, and Schumacher was in and out. He was just in, bang, out, and he's easily getting 4 or 5 seconds,
just that
little bit on all the teams, and he was just getting that extra distance, being able to go in, you know. And since then, they kind of set the gold standard, and pit changes and pit teams have really been working to how can we change and be more efficient.
Yeah, just to decrease all the other eventualities.
And I think again with the electric, with the fuel changes, and with the electric component in the vehicle, the fueling element probably isn't as critical as it was, because you've got the electric element as well. The electric element and the computer and the fuel together. Whereas that time it was only.
Oh! Come on now!
Oh.
Good one. Very good.
Lewis Hamilton under investigation.
No, apologies.
Why?
I missed that one.
Oh, gosh.
Lewis Hamilton's under investigation.
Oh.
Oh, gosh.
Speeding in the pit lane.
Which is less than the other pit lanes. The other pit lanes are 80, for Monaco it's 60.
5-second penalty for Lewis.
So, nice.
Oh, that's gonna kill him. That's gonna kill him. That's gonna kill him. 5 seconds is a lifetime.
Okay, well that 5 seconds. Okay, so he needs to really have that 5 seconds ahead to finish,
so that it doesn't
impede.
Yeah.
Otherwise, obviously, he's going to get third position.
At least 5 seconds clear of anybody else, not least his teammate Leclerc, if he wants to win the Grand Prix, and that.
So I was talking about Ross Brawn and Benetton in the days of Schumacher and what they've done in terms of revolutionising and changing. Go ahead. Yeah. And then I just missed the overtake business. I just missed it.
A battery issue and simply a loss of electrical power.
Oh man.
In Canada too are the bumps of Monaco playing havoc with these
Well, with the cars where it didn't have the electrical component in the vehicle.
That's a nice
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I tried it the other day. Seriously.
Okay, that is a very nice thing. I might do that.
When you put in the pomegranate on top of that, what? Yeah. Nice.
Drop back behind Pierre Gasly.
Oh dear, here we go. That's,
Is that Norris?
that doesn't seem, that didn't feel or
Oh,
sound good.
yeah, that's not sounding healthy.
It don't sound too good.
Last year's winner from pole, Lando Norris.
Don't sound too good at all.
Zach Brown staring at the screens. Will go back to him.
Unfortunately, Lando Norris hasn't been able to really defend his championship this year. I mean, not to say that he's been on podium at all.
Yeah.
He's been on pole.
Yeah.
Hasn't been able to prove himself.
So there's a big midfield here. There's about 4 or 5 vehicles, all in that midfield part, going past them bolts, coming out of that, coming past the main.
Box, okay, so the perfect in the box now. Sorry.
Right, Lewis Hamilton has been in for a pit stop. He's got a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Ferrari are now going to respond and bring Charles Leclerc in. And this could be interesting. Lewis had a big gap over his teammate. Should still be ahead of Charles Leclerc when the pit stops have been completed.
Yeah, thank you.
But is this a chance for Charles Leclerc to finish second in this race potentially, and ahead of his teammate Lewis
3.3, that's not so quick. 3.3.
Yeah.
There is Hamilton crossing the line, and we'll see in a few moments what that gap is between the two Ferraris.
Yes, it's normally 50 miles an hour, 80 kilometres per hour down the pit lane, but it's so narrow here and twisty in the final part of it that it's down to 40 miles an hour, 60 kph.
9 points.
That
Okay.
feels very pedestrian in a Formula 1 car, but maybe he's
Hamilton has not been in
too
yet.
hard or let
he
the limiter
hasn't.
go
Yeah.
a touch too
How
early,
far is he
whatever
going
it
on
is.
those
Well,
tyres?
it's 5 seconds at the moment.
And we can
I mean, the point-
Got 33 seconds.
Look at the
Yeah.
screens.
Yeah, I've had a look at it, Crofty, and Martin's absolutely right. It was on the way into the pits. It was very.
In those times as well, it was really important to refuel as well as change the tyres.
Well, that's what I mean, remember, that's what they used to do. They used
Yeah.
to refill everything
Yeah.
else at one time.
Well, that's not such a critical element today as it was then.
That's the gap once you've
Well,
completed
wasn't
the
it,
pit stop.
at first I missed them not refueling.
Has
Yeah.
now been noted for speeding in the pit lane as
Oh,
Franco
wow.
Colapinto comes into the pit.
Um,
George Russell stuck behind
my
him.
is much more a case of when they stopped that night and
Speeding in
they,
the pit lane, which could be another 5 seconds that he's lost in this race.
which meant that they didn't have to refuel in the pit lane. It made the pit stops quicker, but it also made things not so the safety element
Yeah.
and not so
Of all the trials and tribulations today,
not the combustion, just
so far have affected our
just
race
not
leader,
so
Yeah.
crowded.
Yeah.
We are at lap
Crowded, that's like
37.
what I'm looking for, not so
So
crowded.
we're edging towards
My brain's in the other room today, ladies and gentlemen. It's happened since earlier today. I've realised that. I've been taking my time a lot with things happening
Really
like
sad
that.
when we lost Max Verstappen.
And actually, it's just come back, so no worries.
No, we're good. You know what? We're doing great.
We're
doing great. We're doing great.
Right, here we go. Kimi
Okay.
Antonelli stops nicely on his marks. The team get to work. Absolutely.
Wow.
boo.
2.3.
Wow.
A little bit slower there, but
He's back out into the sunshine again.
That's a win.
after making his
That's
pit
the win.
stop. Isaac
Probably.
Hadjar,
Russell
who
must be
hasn't pitted,
gutted.
has
Yeah.
gone
But
through.
mind you, this is not. Russell's having
Isaac
problems with
Hadjar,
this
who
car.
has
It's not
pushed, has
really.
gone through, but he's lapped out.
You know, he's had to adjust.
Yeah.
He himself has admitted
Yeah.
that this year hasn't been or this new setup. You know, Anthony's just kind of adapted and, you know, okay, so he's young. And I was saying earlier that someone suggested that Anthony is the new Max Verstappen. Which I don't think at all. I think there's no comparison with any of the drivers really. They are their own people.
Yeah, they are.
But I did think he was closer to somebody who would be likened more to Lewis Hamilton. Maybe not from the financial point of view, but the fact of obviously having one Bonington and his father beside him. But mind you, they've all got their fathers beside them. Anthony's father was in fact driving. The only one person that was answering to, okay, excuse me people. Isaac.
So we've got 5 second time penalty.
It sounded funny to me as if Norris was coming into the
Are you
pits
outside?
when he went straight through the chicane, but clearly a control.
So Gasly, Norris is 0.4 seconds behind Gasly.
So Kimi Antonelli was told actually on his way into the pit, really steady on the pit entry.
As I go around the hairpin,
Caught speeding, so I'm guessing by that.
he's quite
that's
close.
where George Russell
Lando
led
Norris
Lewis
is quite
Hamilton,
close.
as I suspected.
He's
A
quite
bit
close to
late on
Gasly.
on the button.
Can he take him that? No, he can't. He can't. Gasly's managed to
It's interesting that two
going into the tunnel.
have now been caught for speeding.
This iconic tunnel.
We don't always see that here in Monaco, although I know you
He's round him. Yeah.
to the limit. We don't often see that.
Norris is definitely trying to make a go of it. Definitely looking to chase and close the distance and close the gap.
Underneath it, it's very easy to swing round there and get that wrong.
Right, on board with Lando Norris, we can hear from the CEO, Zach Brown's back with us.
Is he
again.
gonna try and take him? No.
I'm assuming, Zach, is how
He
you
got
say
close.
okay.
He's closing in on him. There is midfield traffic. His Gasly's going to be slowed down by the cars in front. There's an opportunity for Norris to try and take him. He's getting really close. He's getting really close.
That's all you can say at the moment.
Is that Hulkenberg? Hulkenberg. Has Hulkenberg got a power unit issue?
Fourth place, hasn't pitted yet. It's
Yeah.
solid but not spectacular.
Yeah,
So we're hitting him
Oscar's,
from the pit lanes.
and they're having a cruise out there, so he's doing a good job.
So
And yeah, we'll see what we do
it's
here.
quite a bit.
Thanks ever so much, Zach. There's a long way to go here. We've only just gone past half distance.
That looks a bit close, doesn't it? Through the head.
There's a lot going on. There's definitely a lot going on.
Yeah. Should be 1,000 Grand Prix of celebration, but really nothing to celebrate in terms of their expectations here.
Yeah.
George Russell's got better tyres, hasn't he? Fresher tyres, might be a bit later on the brakes here. Is later on the brakes, still can't get past. Pierre Gasly ahead of Norris, ahead of Russell, and there's barely about 7 or 8 car lengths between the three of them.
Unit related, yeah, it was good as that to still come and have a chat with us despite having a difficult afternoon, but they've certainly had a few gremlins this year, haven't they? Like, neither of them got to the start in China, did they?
Yeah, the long association with Mercedes-Benz engines and power units and McLaren has given them so much success. There have been a few gremlins maybe for this season. Those that haven't pitted
So Antonelli is still Hamilton second with Leclerc, Piastri. Lando Norris is trying to close in the gap behind Gasly.
And this is key for Russell now. If he wants to, he's currently
Russell, sorry. Apologies, Russell. Russell's really trying to close that gap.
Comfortably, but not. And he's parked up once again.
Yeah.
He's just been looking at the rear.
Hadjar, he's still got distance between him and Hadjar. But Russell does have a penalty. He does have a penalty, so there will be an issue there.
And George would not have been joining up at the back of this queue quite so quickly. Has anyone got enough late braking to try and squeeze through? No, not on this occasion.
No.
Needs a bit more tyre degradation, Martin, doesn't it? Needs the tyres to start going off a little bit more.
Yeah, they're pretty robust around here, aren't they, this year? Leclerc, 16.
And now talking a lot about the tyres and the robustness of the tyres.
That's why, but Leclerc
It's quite
with that 5-second penalty.
Quite a significant. This midfield here, there's about 4 or 5 drivers that's all here together in midfield between Hadjar and Gasly.
It's a bit unusually frequent, isn't it? So
oh, someone trying to pass there, getting past. Is someone getting past?
Show up in practice and qualifying.
Yeah, and they would have been practicing their pit lane entry.
Is someone getting past there?
No further investigation of Sergio Perez leaving the track and gaining an advantage. He's down in 18th at the moment. But his team
Sergio Perez left the track, not getting an advantage. There's no investigation. Gone into the pit.
Stroll and Alonso. Will they have to pit again for a change of tyres? Lance Stroll just been noted actually for leaving the track and gaining an advantage ahead of these Colin Pinto, who
They're going into the tunnel.
potentially for speeding in the pit lane, and Anthony Davis has got news at race control.
Yeah, they might play this message down properly, but look at Lando dropping back from the Albion in front. He's been told to hold Russell up in benefit for Piastri.
So
he's been told to hold up Russell. Lando Norris has been told to hold up Russell in order for Piastri to get away and get some distance. So there's some team orders there.
Yeah, it's team play. You've got 2 cars out there, and it's all bona fide. It can just be a little bit slower on all the apexes and braking zones and just protect the line. It sort of feels a bit unfair, but it's just the rules of the game. You can do that. It's absolutely fine to do that, even though it's a bit painful.
We're on lap 42. We're on lap 42. We've gone past halfway.
Thing is, Lando Norris now hasn't got overtake mode, has he? Gasly, George Russell, fresher tyres, has got overtake mode.
George Russell.
A bit more to play with that Lando hasn't.
He has.
George Russell trying to get past
an awful lot of overtaking
Lando Norris.
So far, but Colin Pinto gets a 5-second penalty for speeding as well.
So Gasly for Gasly to
like give it extra safety on your way into the pits because there's something
to get away.
Going on there, but.
Franco Colapinto has been given a 5-second penalty. So he's been given a penalty to go into the pit.
That's George Russell there, Bernie Collins, reading the strategy from the cockpit.
Yeah.
exactly. It's
George
incredible
Russell
what these drivers could do when they're racing around here.
following his instructions.
They are training. Piastri currently in a P6 position.
There's quite a few cars in midfield here.
So 2 positions.
Quite a few cars here in
It
midfield.
will cost Lando Norris because by dropping back, he
Up
is
the top of
missing
them.
the opportunity to get Gasly himself. So it's costing Norris potentially 1 position, but Keenan Piastri 2 positions.
Yeah.
And that's what the McLaren strategists
Back to normal
actually
pace,
want.
just hold the gap to Gasly. So he's been given some team orders to do that.
Yeah, Gasly's got a pit yet. It's 20 seconds to pit.
Gasly's still got a pit,
Currently
but he's
14
been given
ahead
some
of Russell,
some orders there. So
second penalty as well.
Russell been given the all clear to go back to normal pace. Oh, George Russell trying to get in there. He's right there on him. Really close there between Russell and Norris. Russell was right there. Russell was absolutely right there.
George Russell has also been.
And again, you very rarely see these real close battles on a lot of the other tracks. Uniqueness of Monaco being a road track and these real close battles. So when you overtake at Monaco, you know that you've had to pull the stops out to overtake because there's so few opportunities, and it's a real classical road race. And then you've got different gradients as well. So all of this plays a part in the race. But this is a really close battle between Norris and Russell. It's really close.
And what are you going to do if George Russell keeps getting backed up? Antonelli is going to cruise up behind, and George will have to get out of the way and let the leader through. That will be doubly painful.
Alex Albon now pits. That will be good news, I think, to the
Alex
likes of
Albon pits.
Carlos Sainz, Marvin Lindblad, Nico Hulkenberg.
He's going to go.
Sainz has been backing up a little bit to
It's
preserve
Antonelli.
Alex Albon's position in this race. And he'll come back out into this race, Alex Albon, still in that 10th place. Williams doing what they did last year with their 2 drivers, and that's worked well for them. There's a right track behind Carlos Sainz.
And the bull has gone past.
And Kimi Antonelli, Prince Albert is going to be presenting the trophies
Lando Norris.
to potentially the young Prince of Monaco. Oh, as Lando Norris cuts the chicane.
We're going to box this lap and retire the car. We're going to box the lap and retire the car.
Oh, and that power unit issue.
So that power unit is causing a massive issue. So Lando Norris has had to retire his vehicle. That power unit, the engineers have called him in.
That's the 4th car out.
Anthony's been looking at the guideline incident for George Russell.
Bortoletto has gone into the pits.
2 penalties coming George Russell's way. That'll be 10 seconds to add to.
And Lawson has had to come into the pits as well.
Pits. Hamilton there we saw going through in 2nd place. He's got a 5-second penalty coming his way at the end for speeding in the pit lane.
Can he get that distance? He's got 9 seconds clear on his teammate. Can he make use of that? Can he build that distance so that the 5-second penalty won't impact on him too much?
8th place for Liam Lawson in this race to match the 8th place that he found here at Monaco last year, of course. As Lando Norris walks away, such opportunity.
So Lando Norris, unfortunately, the power unit has not.
World Championship points at the moment as well.
The power unit has not succeeded, so the engineers have retired him. Gasly is coming into the pit now.
Sainz's place because he's still got a pit in this race. They're going to do a little bit more backing up to get that double points finish. Gasly and now manages to pit after Liam Lawson pitted 2, and the fact that he has got Lando.
And they've gone.
All over his
Change the tyres.
wing. Back to back, by the way.
So Gasly's out.
For Lando Norris, he retired in Canada.
And back onto the track.
Now in Monaco.
Is there a reason for this? Because if I'm being said, what's what are you trying to do?
Gasly's now back onto the track.
Are we just going to keep talking to nothing? Or
We're just following.
Now release Carlos Sainz. Alex Albon backs up the pack. Carlos Sainz hangs on the 10th.
So there's a massive pile up here in midfield. Absolutely massive.
And he's got to slow them down and let his teammate try and build a pit stop ahead of him. We saw a lot of this last year, didn't we, when they had to do 2 mandatory pit stops. And it was something, I mean, it's something you've always been able to do, but it was very much learned last year, wasn't it, how effective it could be. Birdie down on the pit wall.
Yeah, totally agree with what you're saying on the Williams. That's exactly what they're trying to achieve there. A bit of a question mark with McLaren for me. They started that procedure with Lando Norris, try and pull Russell back, give Piastri that potential shot at P4, and then they aborted it and retired the car, even though it didn't look an immediate jeopardy from the data that I'm looking at. So a bit of a question mark. Why not continue that with Norris for as long as they possibly could in order to give Piastri that shot at P4? Just an open question, really.
George Russell, I think they've got past Lando Norris there. He was already slowing down through the tunnel.
I got nothing.
Lando Norris's radio
That's why
there.
they retired the car when they did, because the battery, and it's the
Just going back. So by listening back to the radio transmission between the engineers, we can confirm that it's the battery. The engineers have told him, and they told him to come back into the pit. That's the situation there.
And you can see there, Alex Albon is getting out the chicane, Martin. Right, come on, where are you all? Oh, there you are now. I'm going to slow down a bit more. This is a legitimate strategical tactic.
Yeah, absolutely. So he'll back that back up, and at the moment, Sainz has got it's got a long way to go if he's going to build a pit stop, isn't it? A long way to go. It's going to take another 5 or 6 laps of this kind of getting in the way, basically, which is all it is.
It's
really tight. There's so many. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. Albion, Nobelen, Ocon. There's so many drivers there all together. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 drivers, and they're going around this hairpin. They're going around the hairpin. They're absolutely queuing up right behind each other. And really, it's for somebody to make a mistake. It's for Albon to make a mistake, and it'll be all over. But at the moment, he's managing to hold his line and not get past. And there's so many cars all piled up there behind him. Piastri's radio, box. So he's getting information in from the pit.
Quickly, so they're desperately trying to get Piastri ahead of Hadjar somehow.
Right.
Yeah.
There goes the train through Raskas, and Alex Albon can probably hear the drivers behind him shouting whatever they're shouting. As there goes for Arvid Lindblad.
Lindblad has gone past. Yeah, Hulkenberg can't make it, but Lindblad has taken the chance and he's overtaking him.
And it's been replaced. That final point scoring position by Arvid Lindblad.
Yeah, Lindblad has done a fantastic move and taken opportunity, and he's gone
through quite comfortably indeed. So Piastri back out in 6th place on fresher tyres.
And again, if you can have that opportunity to get away from the driver, Lindblad has really done well to really take the opportunity and get past the driver. Get past.
That we're saying to Alex Albon to give him some sort of relief will be Arvid Lindblad has still got to pit. But the key now, Alex Albon actually went straight through the chicane there, didn't he?
He's got to let him back through somehow.
Yeah, I think it was out of that final quarter that Lindblad got past. Maybe that was the swap around there. We didn't quite see Alex going straight through the chicane. We picked that up a little bit too late for that. Lindblad's got to pit. So Alex still keep people at bay in positions.
Yeah, so Lindblad has got to pit. I mean, that has an opportunity. That has got past Albon. He can get some distance. He's still got to pit, come in and pit.
Yeah, I just wanted Albon to just use a bit of overtake mode.
See what can happen. Antonelli's radio, they're giving him information. We've got, Lindblad still needs to pit. Bortoletto's pitted twice. Hamilton once, Russell once, Hadjar once, Piastri once.
It might just be worth it. He's just in a great zone at the moment.
We'll just stay on the one pit. We'll lose pit again.
Pounding around against the block with nobody
Interesting to see who's in a two-pitch strategy, who's in a one-pitch strategy.
the race pace of the Mercedes.
Charles Sands yet to pit, so he's not pitted at all.
Charles Leclerc is catching Lewis Hamilton, by the way, who might have just been slowed down a bit by some back markers, but that gap is down to under 5 seconds.
So Leclerc's closing the gap. He's lapping faster than Lewis Hamilton.
To his race time. George Russell has a 5-second penalty. We
1,
don't
2,
know if there is,
3, 4 cars in midfield here, all kind of relatively close to each other. But there's not an opportunity to overtake. Lindblad again, fantastic move to get past.
His move for the sensors in the ground, so it seems a little bit odd, but for so many drivers, and that's what they were saying to Antonelli, look, and he didn't understand it fully, if there's a safety car,
Albon and Hulkenberg, there's a 5-second gap there.
if you see a safety car, don't think, oh no, that's the last thing I need. Plenty of time, but be careful in and out of the pit.
5-second gap.
That 52 of 78. Still, Carlos Sainz, Albon Lindblad.
Still some time, but 52, so we're
seconds behind Lewis Hamilton, who has a 5-second penalty.
52 laps. So again,
He's at the moment, he's the next.
you know, you really got to try and make a move soon.
Sky Race Control has been watching Alex Albon very closely for the last 3 laps or so.
Yeah, so to have a look back, Property, and basically there were 2 separate incidents. So he grabbed wide.
And he's
just
right
himself,
behind
we
him.
saw, at the chicane, but that was a lap before or 2 laps before when he got overtaken on the main straight. Basically,
And he's
he messed up the
closing,
final
he's
corner
closing.
on a terrible exit, and it was a genuine overtake.
A genuine overtake
Oh,
here in
and
Monaco.
someone's gone past there.
Not an OG, a Geo.
You've been waiting how many years to say that one? What?
And they're pushing ahead.
Told me an OG, and I had to go and Google it and see what it meant.
You're definitely the ghost, trust me. Pierre Gasly's got that 5-second time penalty. So that's what 4 drivers.
And the cars are getting past.
Caught speeding in the pit lane. Charles Leclerc within 5 seconds of Lewis Hamilton is one of those 4 drivers. George Russell a long way back. Isaac Hadjar running in 5th place.
Colapinto, Russell and Hamilton still have their 5-second penalties. Antonelli has gone past Albon, trying to get through the midfield back traffic.
If George can skid out down the road, he's got a bit of space in front of him up to Lindblad, so George will be giving it plenty, I'd imagine. The last thing he needs to do is have to pull over and let his teammate lap him.
Has been laps.
Albon.
The top 4 are now on the lead lap. Only 5 cars finished on the lead lap in last year's Monaco Grand Prix. That's going to be a sinking feeling for George Russell. Lance Stroll's just been noted for track limits. He's already been shown a black and white flag for that, so there could be a penalty coming his way. And once again, the stewards' information.
Antonelli still number 1.
Football video printer on FA Cup 3rd round
with Hamilton and Leclerc, 2nd and 3rd respectively. Russell 47 seconds behind. There's still a real tight traffic jam between Hadjar and Lindblad.
He's trying to build a nice gap for his teammate to get in and out of the pits and keep in the top 10.
Full track limits for Lance Stroll. He'll be getting a 5-second penalty for his troubles on that one, I would imagine. For those down there in 16. We have 18 runners at the moment. So Sainz then is in the pits. Where will he feed back out onto the racetrack? So he was building just about a pit stop, but not quite. But will it be enough? Has Alex Albon done enough with the key players to hold them up?
I'd rather get the feeling, Martin, that he has. Albon down the main straight. Here he comes. Out comes Carlos Sainz. Alex Albon will go through the first corner with Nico Hulkenberg right behind him. And he'll now see his teammate ahead. Williams have executed that pretty nicely.
He did get, because Albon would really
So he's managed to pick it and get in front.
Lap. So what will happen now? They will now try to build a gap. And then Albon will get the place back again.
Exactly.
Albon will try
Lindblad, who
to.
has gone through after that mistake from Alex Albon, has still got to pit.
Albon and Sainz, they go around the hairpin bend.
What's going on today? Another car under investigation was speeding in the pit lane. This
Oh.
time, Oscar Piastri. Something has
Oscar
got to be
Piastri.
wrong with the sensor.
So there's
All those exclamation
yeah, there's
boxes there. That tells you everything you need to know.
there's a lot of issues coming up now. Quite a few drivers have been penalised for speeding in the pits. A little bit, yeah, it's a little bit puzzling there.
We're just watching George Russell here. This is the crossing the line. He's got a 5-second time penalty, I think, coming his way a little bit. There's a fraction of time might be over that line.
Okay. As it's coming out of the pits, there could be a penalty. There could potentially be another penalty.
So Piastri then gets
56 of 78 laps.
Yeah.
How are we doing?
There seems to be an issue because quite a few
Oh my
drivers
gosh!
have got 5-second
Penalties.
penalties. for
1,
speeding.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
So that means
There's
when it
there's some
finishes,
concern that there's something with the sensors that's not quite
that's
right.
picking up something.
Yeah.
Yeah, because otherwise, I'm sure they might have said that. Oh, Norris is out.
Yeah. Lando Norris.
Oh,
Battery.
what happened?
Battery.
Just died.
Yeah. We didn't know what it was at first. They called him into the pit and then they played it back the radio, and the engineer said the battery gone.
There's something
Yeah.
weird with the engine at the hill. Having a look. Okay.
Lindblad had a massive, fantastic passing opportunity and took it over to.
Who took Lindblad over to? So Lindblad, who was Lindblad, who's in ninth position.
Yeah, he overtook.
Okay, so there's Albon, and obviously Sainz overtook Albon because Sainz is in 10th position. So they're in the points. So we've got Antonelli, Hamilton, Leclerc, Russell, Hadjar, Piastri, Gasly, Lawson, Lindblad, and Sainz up in the points. Everybody else, Nopra, Hulkenberg is in 12th place, Ocon, Colapinto, Alonso. Alonso's still going, that's good.
Yeah.
Perez and Bottas. Antonelli's having problems.
Don't worry about it. No further investigation. George Russell for crossing the line at the pit exit. Good.
Okay, well, that's maybe alright, but with that said, Hamilton, Russell, Piastri, Gasly, Colapinto and Stroll, all 5-second penalties.
Yeah.
He's still in the game.
What the stewards have, of course, will be a
Whereas,
shots.
I do know with
in exact detail where the
Monaco,
tire was.
what they're saying there.
Give me fastest lap. We don't beat them.
Well, Bono just wants this brought home now.
Yeah, just don't mess about 57.
Between now and the end of this race.
Don't do nothing crazy. Just hold it.
Yeah, just hold
the
down.
position.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
And take it home. Get it over the line.
Yeah, don't strip it.
For this race.
So,
Boss about 2.5 seconds clear of Charlotte, but that gap's
now
gone
it's
back up
3.2, so he's still got that 5-second
Back
penalty,
up
hasn't he?
everywhere as they
So-
try and lap cars in front of them.
And obviously he wants to
Russell
keep.
got penalty in fourth, so at best it's a third place.
Which
Yeah.
George Russell is the second fastest at the moment. His teammate is fastest, but there's something like 50 seconds between the two
Yeah, so that's
Mercedes.
not going to help.
Hulkenberg's hustling there. He's
Okay,
not
what we
gonna
do want is Hamilton obviously to get pull away from Leclerc, but I don't know. I'm just fixing myself and wondering what I'm doing. I'm not kissing Ricardo's armpit. I'm just trying to get myself organised here. I've just had a great opportunity to donate some books to the Ghanaian Library. Yay! So that feels not just awesome, but just I've been wanting to. And it's hard donating books because I love my books.
Yeah.
Books I've had since I was a child, and
Yeah.
all my Barack Obama I couldn't get rid of all of them.
Okay.
So quite a few autobiographies there. Richard Branson's autobiography.
Yeah.
In fact, I didn't find. But anyway, that's not the focus. Let's say,
28 seconds back. Leclerc, 3 seconds back.
He needs at least 2 seconds to get those 2 seconds.
The two Williams drivers that Alex Albon will be very pleased about. And Carlos Sainz will
Okay, he's gone now.
Okay. Well, at least,
Carlos Sainz is swapping Albon to Albon now. They're trying to make hay.
have we had everybody in? It looks like everyone's had their pit stop.
Yeah.
Hard, soft, We've still got Lawson, Albon, Science, Alonso and Stroll still on softs.
Yeah.
But mind you, Perez, he's on medium because everyone started on medium, so maybe Perez and Bottas are still on medium.
Yeah.
Okay, what's happened? How's his tyres? Ooh, nearly, yeah, ooh. Okay. There we go.
A little bit.
Just
Oh
yeah, I think it just millimeters. Millimeters.
Turn it again. Yeah.
Ooh, baby, I saw a bit of fire there.
Yeah.
Bit of fire. But mind you, he did a bit of that yesterday. That was more than a glance. I think he's, he definitely. 1, 2, 3, 4. So let me just make a note of that. How many? All that have been. Okay.
What will I do? Those drivers are fair, as you said, close it down Lewis Hamilton. Is the right thing for Ferrari to switch the drivers? Obviously, Leclerc, if they finish now, these positions would be P2 anyway with that handy for Hamilton. The reason for doing it would be if there's a safety car now, they cannot stack the way they are now because Lewis would have to serve that 5-second penalty.
Oh my God.
If they were the other way around,
It'll
they
be
could
alright.
stop both cars, get a soft tyre on, serve the penalty for
So
Hamilton.
we're for what, 18 laps to go?
Safer position
Yeah.
later on if the gap closes up to Russell. So something
Russell,
for Ferrari
okay,
that will start to
PS3.
think about now. When Leclerc gets close enough, should they switch?
And then that's a very, very good
Yes,
point,
yes,
Bertie.
yes.
And then presumably at the very end of the race, they'd switch it back again. Because you're right. Hamilton would just have to sit there.
But would Leclerc switch back?
Oh, somebody crashed. Strong.
Oh dear.
We've got a yellow flag. We've got a yellow flag.
Who is that? That
Strong.
looks.
I wonder if we're going to
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Strong.
6.
We are getting a safety
Oh
We're
no!
getting the safety car.
enough time for the crews to come out
That's
into
gonna
the pit
that's
lane.
gonna
Yes,
have that's
there
gonna
is.
mash up Hamilton
Will
and
they stop
Leclerc.
our race
Yeah.
leader?
And they were just talking about that.
He
Yeah.
goes
Okay,
through. Will others
Okay.
decide now is a very good
Leclerc.
time to
Okay.
make a
Where
pit
is?
stop.
Okay. If that was the race leader, where's the Ferraris?
Behind them.
Safety car. The safety car's coming out.
So that's Stroll out.
Leclerc can hold
Yeah.
back. He's not holding anybody
Now
up.
Canada had quite a few drivers out as well. I mean, in concerns to the time he finished with.
Here, Martin, as Lance gets out, Lewis Hamilton is being told to box.
Yeah, Leclerc's
Says that
back
5
right
seconds.
up, and he's not slowing anybody else
Box.
down. He can do that. And
But that means that.
So
Is
this
he
is
gonna-
Lewis Hamilton then, behind Oscar Piastri, who is also coming in to the pits.
yeah, so Leclerc's back right up. He will still have to wait a little while,
So if
but they've got
anything-
so much time behind them that it's fine.
So 5 seconds, can't touch
Don't
the
miss
car.
it. Don't mess up. Don't mess up. Don't mess up.
5 seconds as a lap penalty served. Tyres go on, soft tyres for Lewis Hamilton, and they are double stacking down
Good.
at Ferrari.
Okay.
So that sorts out that problem.
Oh.
Charles Leclerc stayed out on the track. That was a little bit longer, that double stack for Leclerc.
But why the hell are we keeping? Why aren't we staying out?
Well, because you're still in 3rd place, Hamilton's still in 2nd place, and you're on fresher tyres now
Yeah.
than the race leader.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, that's
on the
why.
restart,
And there's a
you need
safety
some
car.
decent tyres,
And
you
we've got an
know,
opportunity to
heavily
keep
used
going.
ones.
Yeah.
And so that worked out quite well
Are
for
they gonna
Ferrari.
answer
They
him?
called Antonelli in, but he
They're
was
gonna
past
answer
the
him?
pit entry.
Oh dear.
Coming in, and he's going to be coming in this time around because I can see the Mercedes crew making their way
Hey,
out
sister.
into
We
the pit
missed
lane.
it.
All cars have got to come through
Sisters
the pit
Jem
lane
Miriam
anyway.
are following us from Enfield.
Hello, sisters from Enfield.
Hi, sisters. How are you?
Has now caught the safety car, and that will have slowed him down.
Oh my
on
gosh.
This lap to come into
Okay,
the
so
pits,
Anthony's
he
in the
is
pit.
coming into
And the
this.
thing
There's
is
the
with
safety
this,
car, Bernd
if he
Maier
gets a good,
leading.
he's got
Kimi
to
Antonelli,
obviously
into the
ensure that he
pits.
gets
This is
a
Ferrari
good
drivers
start,
just coming to the
because
pits.
what could happen is Hamilton could, well, he can't overtake, but okay, 4.5.
For about 2 seconds longer than
Thanks
that.
for following. Thank you so much.
Russell is pitting too. That might
Okay.
help George Russell.
Let us know if you want us to do any more
Oh,
races.
careful.
Oh, he's coming at the pit. If you want us to do any more races, please let us know.
Yes, let us know.
Yeah.
Because I'd like to do Spain.
Yeah.
Okay. So obviously, as we know, get me a little list out. We decided at the last moment
It's worked out that there's a full safety car and it's taking.
Okay, so obviously we've done Australia, as you know, China, Japan, Bahrain and Saudi Arabia will cancel. Miami, Canada, we're at Monaco now, Spain, Austria, Great Britain. So we're thinking of having ourselves a nice little party for the Silverstone.
Silverstone party?
Yeah,
we can do Silverstone party.
Maybe not at Silverstone, but on this occasion.
Yeah. Can we get some guests come to our party?
We'll decide where it's going to be. Or if it's just going to be us doing it and inviting everybody. Let's enjoy it and experience it together.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the best I can say right
now.
That I can think of. All right, so we're on must be about lap 60, I think, of 78 back there.
Yeah.
Well, Antonelli, obviously, is still in the lead. They've just had, they're still under safety car conditions with Stroll having an accident. I didn't see where that happened actually. And most of them have come in to either get new tyres. I don't know. In fact, we didn't look at who had the capacity of new tyres or otherwise what the tyre condition was for some of them if they were to use scrubbed. Yeah. They all started on medium. Yeah. Most of them have gone to soft, a few on hard. Out of the race, Verstappen, that was in the first lap. Bottas, Behrman, Norris, unfortunately, and Stroll. So that's the conditions. And with the red 5 seconds that's been put up for certain drivers because they've been caught to be speeding in the lane, in the pit lane.
Yeah, coming out the pit lane. Yeah.
What were you complaining about? What's up with her?
Why is he upset? What is he doing?
I think because he had to come in. I don't think he knows what's going on. He's happy. He's not maybe so happy third. It's his home race.
Yeah.
But he didn't make it on pole. Yeah. I mean, he started the race in fourth position anyway. Yeah. You know, for the first time, really second time of the season, I think Hamilton is ahead of him in concern to qualifying.
Yeah.
You know,
so you would imagine then, Bernie, that the stewards, if he hasn't served his penalty, will look at that and say, no. You serve it the next time you come in, or at the end of the race if you don't.
So Russell didn't
coming your way.
Russell didn't serve his penalty. Because sometimes when you come into the pit stop, you're meant to serve your penalty, or otherwise think that it's going to be added on at the end of the race.
Yeah.
Because Martin, you're gaining a sporting advantage.
Yes. Okay. So he came in, and they went straight in. Yeah, they didn't. Yeah, they didn't. Well, that's not his fault.
No, it's not. It's not.
That's obviously the team.
Yeah.
That's why he was hesitant to leave, I think.
Well, people are definitely coming into the pit. They're taking advantage of the safety car and coming in, making their changes, changing tyres. Everybody everybody has come in to take advantage of the safety car. Definitely.
Yeah, and it's a time, as we know, that you obviously save time when there's a safety car, and you have an opportunity really to kind of like get closer to to really back up.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to overtake during the safety car. Oh, okay. That's back in order. So that's the main thing, to have yourself in order.
The latest safety car we've had in Monaco here since 2017.
Okay, so
our cars positioning themselves, our drivers getting.
They're making sure that those who have been lapped or otherwise were out of order.
Yeah.
So that, as you can see, the red car there, which is the safety car, so that we have Antonelli at the front.
Yeah.
So if you're with us now watching, thank you very much for being a part of the Monaco Grand Prix 2026. You can also join us on the, well, as you are here.
There was a very, very strong consideration that for the British Grand Prix we'll be repeating the screening.
Yes, there's a very strong, I think there's a very strong chance that would occur. And we'll get our little food and nuts and bits. And why do you just leave the raisins? What's with that? There are no more nuts left.
Is there any more nuts? When the nuts?
The nuts are down or somewhere like that.
No, we've got nuts.
We've got some raisins.
About to feel like.
Okay.
There's another one coming his way, and that
For who?
might be very difficult to protect.
Yeah, the bank is right. I mean, there's only nuts in there.
Okay. Okay, that was very light. That wasn't light, that was le. That wasn't light, that was le.
Yes, it was. There's no nuts. There are no nuts there.
I had, in fact, one of my favourites is fruit and nut chocolate by a certain company. Okay, so Hamilton's penalty, he served his penalty, so his little red light has gone. So within that, we've still got in concerns to under safety car conditions is Anthony, Hamilton, Leclerc, Hadjar, Russell, Gasly, Piastri, Lawson, Lindblad, Albon, Sainz, Ocon, Hulkenberg in 13th position, Colapinto, Alonso, Perez and Bortoleto. Everybody else is out the race.
Yeah. Colapinto's penalty is still there. Russell's penalty is still there.
Yes, because he okay, what's Russell saying now? What they're saying to him?
What they're saying.
10 seconds.
Russell's not happy. Understandably, I can see why, because he would have been, as far as he's concerned, he would have been in the pits and followed instructions.
Yeah, and they really should have told him.
Yeah,
it's not his fault.
It's not.
Not sounding overly
and you know, his engineer should have at least said or relayed what should happen, and they're in charge.
They should have been.
Safety car is ending, so let's see how Antonelli obviously goes, and it goes ahead. So at the moment. So it's more like coming in on this lap. So we're at 65 of 78 laps. So realistically, I think as we see the order now is more than likely how they're going to come in unless there's another safety car issue. Somebody else finds themselves in a barrier somewhere. As we can see, Anthony is 7 laps on his tyres. The oldest person on their tyres right now looks like Lindblad. 63 laps. Hasn't he not come in? Lindblad has not. I didn't get Lindblad has not. So he's obviously still in the mediums. They're trying to warm them up and get them heated. To make sure that they can, and in some respects, look, come on Hamilton. Where is he going to start? Where's he going to do it? And he's off.
Safety car's gone, and they're right behind him.
Can he do it? Here's the time. Here's the place to do it. Oh no! Ooh! He swerved.
The car in front to try and chase into Sander Vott looks all a little bit cautious.
No! Leclerc! Oh, sweet!
Leclerc has gone into the fence.
Oh my gosh!
On that final corner.
Yellow flag. Oh, Charles Leclerc is out of. He's okay, poor baby. Oh dear. Oh, okay. So Hadjar has possibly got a 3rd place. And if Russ, oh no, he must. Oh, Leclerc. That's a real shame. Yeah. Oh dear.
Good to see that. Would like to really see that.
We need a replay, fellas. Come on now. Show us what's happening. We need to know what's going on there.
Yeah, we do.
So Leclerc. Oh dear. Okay, so
let's have a look.
Okay, so just as the safety car went in, and it's right here. Ooh. It's around here, isn't it? There. Went straight into it. Yeah.
I'd like to see that on board again.
There's nothing.
I'm happy to take the blame.
Yeah.
Look at the time.
The tire, it just went, boom. Yeah, there's no way you can go.
Very similar to Stroll. Almost a carbon copy of Stroll.
What happened?
The car just went in straight. There was no turn.
Yeah.
There was no turn at all.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
He can't blame himself too hard for that one.
There's nothing. It's home race, but you know what? That's
second time round.
Russell's got another penalty. Gazzy's got another penalty.
Noted for speeding.
Russell, all cars through the pit lane.
Rustling Gads. Yeah.
I must say, do very well with that.
Nowadays, they're really quick on that. That would have taken.
In Monaco, certain circuits, I think it does. Canada was a little bit of something last week for last.
Yeah.
Remember Russell? Oh, who was it? Somebody else who went to Canada.
Both heading to the barriers at the final corner in pretty much exactly the same way.
Next time, let me have a
some crumbling asphalt on that left-hand side that they definitely got onto, and crashing Martin at about 46 miles an hour. You don't really see
Yellow car again, safety car out again. And Lewis Hamilton is right behind. Lewis Hamilton is right behind Antonelli. Right behind him.
Okay.
He's furious.
I would be too.
He's absolutely furious. A week that started so brilliantly well. Oh, look at that. With a contract extension for Ferrari, keeping him at the team for many years to come.
Yeah. And he's believing in them.
Celebration and another podium here in Monaco for him has ended. And the safety car
Canada, who do we have out? We have Lindblad, Albon, Alonso, Russell, Norris, and
George Russell
Perez.
has been noted for failing to serve a time penalty correctly. There's another penalty coming
15
his way.
seconds.
Anthony Davidson, the Sky Race Control.
So you've noticed that bit of tarmac breaking up before Anthony Norris final corner crossed in.
I think if there's anyone that we're not, that's sad. It is sad, obviously. So Leclerc with that. Penalties again, Russell, Gasly, Colapinto. So I think, if anything, this will mean that Hamilton will go ahead of Leclerc in the championship points. Because he's going to get 18 points and he's currently on 71. He's currently on, oopsie daisy.
Well, Leclerc having no opportunity to get any points.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll allow him to.
As soon as you get on what they call marble, literally marble, and your tyre just.
So Russell has still got the 5-second penalty to serve.
So with Hamilton on 72 and Leclerc on 75, just a few points.
They're going to red flag this race. They're going to red flag this race.
Why?
And I wonder if this is to do with the final corner. Charles Leclerc's Ferrari has been cleared. So the marshals have done a great job to remove that car.
But obviously, but the barriers.
The race director has now decided we need to stop this race for the time being.
Oh wow! Because
Will it be race stopped?
Because of the
George
barriers.
Russell and the pit stop behind the first safety car.
Do we have a red flag?
Yeah. They're actually stopping the race.
Drama at Monaco, people.
He had to serve the penalty the next time he came in, and nobody waited.
So race control incident involving cut-off, so that's 63. So
they knew they shouldn't be touching the car.
So that means that he gets 10 seconds.
If that's tarmac breaking up.
Okay.
Really
so at the moment, at
temperature was about 45 degrees when we started this race. It's down
at lap 67.
Yeah.
Well, with just 11 laps to go, obviously they're suspending the race.
They're going to fix it. It's not like there's a pothole. We'll go and fix it.
I hope you've enjoyed our commentary. Feedback is welcome, and where you are listening from or otherwise, just your thoughts on Formula One anyway.
This is a really tricky one.
I'm Sheda, and this is Ricardo. This is Ricardo, and I'm Sheda.
Drive around this.
Professor Johnson, are we
I
signing
do
out?
apologise. We're not signing out yet, are we?
Are we signing out? No, we're not. We're watching.
Not yet,
No, we don't have to sign out. We don't have to sign out. No, not at all. Not at all. As if we're going to wait. Okay, we're going to wait.
Let's find out what's actually going to happen.
Let's find out what's actually going to happen.
Because obviously,
drama at Monaco as it stands. No.
The race has been suspended, stopped, suspended.
Suspended, they're not cancelling, they're not stopped from that point. So that means they're either going to look at some things. Can they work on the cars at this time? There are certain things what they can do, but they can't necessarily revamp the car at this time. That's not allowed.
No.
What they may do, I'm sure, is more than they're going to have a look at
checking the seatbelt or something.
Then you're going to have a look at some of the barriers and things like that.
This is the last thing.
Okay, the drivers can come out, which means that in coming out they can maybe get a breather.
We'll check the surface of the racetrack.
But there may be other things that actually try to do.
That is absolutely the problem.
Unfortunately, as they say, him coming out, that means after all that adrenaline, you think these drivers have been driving around at over 100 miles an hour for over an hour, 67 laps, and now they say, okay, stop, we're going to suspend you just for a short while, then to come back. That's quite a lot, really.
That is a lot. Mentally,
yes.
Get the restart here.
To go through that.
This pit-in penalty, we've got 7 or 8 drivers
yeah.
that have been called out.
So I think it would be a good thing if they do look and see exactly what's happened with this penalty at the pit lane coming in and what the censor is and stuff. So the sister's still with us?
the sisters, are they still with us? No.
Okay. So who do we have with us at the moment?
At the moment,
No, not at all.
And have you
You can see he's with us. We don't have anyone with us at the moment.
Okay.
We did have 3 people watching.
I'm expecting
Sisters,
no to this question.
Ed Miriam did make a comment.
What do you have to say?
Ricardo, we are following you from Enfield. Hello. Nancy is thrilled. Go on, the youth are enjoying it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for those comments.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
And we feel a double whammy.
Hajar, come on, Hajar's on for a pole, Hajar.
Martin,
Come on now, Hajar.
I do want to see this
Yeah,
race.
Bottas is like, it's over.
For no
It's like,
reason other
okay.
than Kimi Antonelli
Very, very
and
quickly,
Lewis
England
Hamilton
have
on
beaten
the
New
front
Zealand
row,
by 115
standing
runs
starts.
Okay.
to win the
If we
first
can get
test
a
at Lords.
restart
Well,
and a
that's
blast
good.
down the
That's
sand
nice.
Yeah.
bring it
England.
on.
Oh, see, they're checking the tarmac. Oh, that's not good.
That is a tricky one. Look
That
how
is
long
not. That's all
that is.
broken
It's
up.
3-4 meters long.
Oh wow.
You can clean it up.
So it is a good reason, a good
This has all
idea
been
that they're doing
resurfaced,
that.
by the way, since last year's race, this is.
So we can see that there's certain parts which, even though they were resurfaced, they need to clean the tarmac.
And tell the drivers to be careful of it. What
Yeah.
we're going to do here.
Yeah, Leclerc is still not happy.
Say the
Yeah.
least.
He's just signed his contract to stay with Ferrari. In other words, even if he didn't sign his contract, where was he going to go? After you've been to Ferrari, you either go to one of the other lesser teams to help them build, like I say Alonso has done and so forth, as one of the other Slack science has done.
It is like for top sports people.
Yeah.
If you're at Manchester United and you leave Man United, you're going to a team lower down. You're not
Or you
going
go
in
to,
and
yeah,
where
exactly.
you're going, you know.
Or unless there's that parallel that you can obviously.
Yeah.
And who's going to buy you unless
Who's
you're?
going to? Yeah. If you're at Man United, if you're a football player, and you're at Man United or Real Madrid, and they decide that. I'm ready.
You go, okay. There's me thinking, I'm trying to put my feet up. I apologise.
That's all right.
Suddenly saw my head go in a different direction.
Yeah.
Oh, dear. There we go.
Yeah, if you get, you know, if you're at
earlier in the race, he's still in this
you know,
race.
if you're at Wimbledon and you're a veteran and you get a
would love a restart and a chance
you
to
get
improve his
a
P13 position.
you get a pass, you get a guest pass to go into one of the qualifying rounds. Maybe it's like, okay, I'm bigger than that. Why am I getting a wild card spot?
Yes, yeah.
Keeping up at the moment.
Why am I getting a wild card spot? You know, I'm supposed to be in the first round. I'm supposed to be in the main draft. You know.
And George Russell.
So I suppose again in professional sport, when you get that, you know, if you're a boxer and there's a world heavyweight fight, world championship fight, and the promoter says you can fight on the undercard as one of the backup fighters.
No, but to me with boxing, and I get, but with boxing, there's a lot of that, you know, could have been a contender kind of opportunity.
Yeah.
There's a lot, you know, boxing to a point. I'm like, okay, did it really happen? There was a good fight. In fact, I watched last night. Scottish guy from Edinburgh or something. Edinburgh. He was on the card and he got a knockout. It was a serious knockout.
Yeah.
Springer, Sinner, no, not Sinner. Sinner's
Okay.
as soon
I
as
will have
the,
to.
as
I
soon
will
as
have.
the
Yeah. I'll have to look at that.
In fact, I did make a note of it, and I will find it.
Yeah.
I'll find it in my notes.
So you get some
later on. We get to the
people who are world title contenders who they get called in to be sparring partners
Yes.
for up and coming fighters.
Yeah.
You know, and
I can imagine that's a good idea.
when you get that, you know, when you get that call, when you get released from a big team, or when you get offered to be a sparring partner, you then have to because if you've got a perception of your own ability and others around you have a different perception of your own ability, then it can go two ways. It can be, all right, I'm not as good as I thought I was. I need to consolidate, or I'm going to show you that I am better than that.
Well, I'm looking for this note that I made in concerns to. Okay, there's Team McLaren. That's obviously home race. Boxing. I put it down actually, but I didn't in fact put who won. With the boxing, the rugby, the golf, the cricket, and obviously people want to remember. So we'll have a look at that. It was definitely one of the sports, because I was watching all of that yesterday. I thoroughly enjoyed the tennis that I was watching. A gentleman by the name of
I believe just to make sure, is today, it's the final. It's today the final of Roland Garros, the men's final.
I believe today is the final of tennis, yes.
Today is the final.
I want to see that. And I've been watching tennis. I've never really been previously, I can't say that I was a tennis fan. I know how the scoring is from that point of view, and that makes it easier and much more enjoyable to watch.
Zverev serving.
At the moment, you are listening to and tuned into, it's not just football, not just football.
7-1-4-2.
7-1-4-2. I'm going to do 7-1-4-2.
Yeah.
I'm just looking 7-1-4-2. Yeah. Okay, with that said, so you're live on the F1 and All Sports Radio talk show as well. That's every Tuesday. And we're watching the Monaco race live. Oh my gosh, it's one of the best races of the season. Yeah. Actually, they're all the best races of the season. Yeah. So what's happened? The race is currently suspended at lap 68. So we've got 10 more laps to go.
Yeah, we're waiting.
In concerns to just, we've got still on pole is Antonelli, who got pole position. Max did not get off the line too well. Max is one of the first persons out, and then we've got Hamilton. So it's Antonelli, Hamilton, and now Hadjar, because Leclerc unfortunately has just hit the barrier. I'm not too sure where it was actually. Just coming off the chicane, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think it might have been after Casino.
Yeah.
Square. I'm not too sure. But
we'll have a look at it again and see exactly what happened.
So Jim Ratcliffe, chairman of
bits of track stuck in your tyres.
Okay, which is not good. So there's Lindblad. Lindblad is currently in 8th position, which is good.
Yeah,
he's done quite well.
Lindblad had again. He was the feature of the race, the overtaking feature of the race. Really good opportunity, and he overtook Albon.
Okay, that's right. And he starts in 11th place because obviously I was trying to find out who exactly it was there that overtook. So at the moment, Hamilton is in 2nd position.
Yeah.
And he's taken his. Oh, he's not happy.
And Gasly's angry.
Yeah.
He's got a 5-second penalty.
Yeah. And Hamilton took his 5-second penalty.
Yes.
And that just shows that's good for the team. I'm pleased the team did that. Made sure that his 5-second penalty was taken.
They took advantage of the yellow flag.
Yes.
Brought the cars in. And Hamilton was saying, no, I've done my penalty.
10 meters away.
Yes, Hamilton's on it.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate that the team didn't do that for George Russell. And it is really unfortunate that Leclerc's on his home race.
Yeah.
People don't like. I mean, the same thing happened to Piastri at the beginning of the season, with him being out in his home race. So and then we have Hulkenberg, and everyone's just kind of like You know, these sportsmen, they go under quite a bit of pressure to think you've just been racing.
Yeah.
You're going to come out of your car, just sit down like
nothing's
ain't
happening.
nothing,
Yeah.
and then get back and go 100 miles an hour.
Yeah, you've got to be absolutely on it. You have to be like as if you've been racing all afternoon.
So what's their body actually, because their body would have cooled down now.
Yeah.
So obviously, which in this heat is not such a bad thing.
Yeah.
But then, is that such a bad thing when they have to kind of like go back into that pressure and go back in? How
Brilliant question.
How are they going to acclimatize their bodies?
Yeah. So first of all, hydration. Making sure that they hydrate.
Hajar's got an incident as well. Safety car
Safety car infringement under investigation.
So that's for Hajar.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
So definitely for the drivers, you're gonna have. There's a great opportunity to take on fluid.
Right.
Opportunity to take on fluid and take on your recovery.
Right.
You're gonna have your shoulders, shoulders, and your back, and especially your legs. Recovery there. So,
because obviously they would have been in certain positions and then to recover.
Where they've been pumped up, your neuromuscular pathways are going to be firing your muscles, and then they have to switch off, and then they've got to be ready to switch on again.
Right.
So you want to cool down. You want to cool down, but you also, as well as cooling down, you want to be able to be in a position where you can stimulate your muscles, especially your feet on the pedals, to be able to react quickly.
So you don't want to cool down in such a way that
they're absolutely falling asleep. You want the muscles to be ready to pre-activate, so your feet can really flick through them pedals.
So what would they do? Because I saw some just sitting down.
Yeah, some of them were sitting down. You do have the boots that they wear nowadays, the boots that you wear and that pump the fluid through your legs. You wear them, you sit on them and you wear them.
Okay.
You do have those. See, somebody's taking some fluid there now.
Yes.
Hajar's got his isotonic fluid to replace whatever's with the dehydration.
They lose
so much
at this time.
And what it is, ladies and gentlemen, it's not fluid. When you lose fluid, as well as losing fluid, you're losing electrolytes. So
but it's not.
Yeah, it's not. No, it's not. Yeah. So you've got your potassium, you've got your salt, you've got your zinc, you've got your copper. All these minerals are floating around in your blood, and they're helping your muscles and your bodily functions and your organs to function.
Okay.
So when you lose water, you don't only just lose pure water, you lose these electrolyte elements as well. So as well as drinking water to replace your water, the electrolytes that's dissolved in the water, you need to replace those as well.
It's like embodied. It's like giving it food. Give the water food.
Yes.
Give the water food.
Yeah.
They're talking about this Albon and Science now. Maybe talking about the start or whatsoever they're turning or whatever they're talking about. So we can see Albon and Science right now. But I was going to say, okay, this is Stroll. Last Casper. Same place. Yeah. Same place. Same place.
Into the barriers. Let's hear from him from Natalie.
Okay.
And last you had an almost identical incident to Charles Leclerc at the same spot. How aware were you of the damage to the asphalt there?
See, they're talking about the asphalt. That's peeled off the street. That's coming to the tyres.
And obviously the tyres pick it up. The cars go off balance.
Yeah.
It's not good. It's not good for the race. It's not good, obviously, for smoothness. Another thing with this, they either have the race for a certain amount of laps or otherwise a certain amount of time. So it won't go over 2 hours. So we don't know at the current time. They haven't told us how long the drivers are going to have to wait. So that too is going to affect obviously their downtime.
So then if they go over the period of time, will they declare the winner on the
Under race
positions
conditions.
on the race, or will they just will they allow the laps to finish?
Depending how much time is left. I mean, they've got 10 laps to go, which should take no more than 15-20 minutes. Okay, and considering the time a lap will take.
Yeah.
So with that, is that going to exceed 2 hours?
Yeah.
Or otherwise, for the time that we've had to wait, does it mean that the conditions are now safe enough for them to go back out?
Yeah.
Okay, now it looks like people are just taking it. Okay. Okay.
So what's that? He's getting something. That's some ice.
He's getting these cooling little jackets with his neck things, which they've got.
That's tied around the neck. Yeah.
Keep their neck and their shoulders.
And he might to reduce a lot of the tension in the trapezius and in the neck muscles.
Okay. And he might put that on and then obviously put his overall on top of that by the look of it.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to have a look and see what's going to happen.
Also, though, technically speaking, they've got to, from a scientific point of view, they've got to try and maintain the temperature of the tyres.
Yes. So are the tyres on blankets? We're not sitting. Yeah, the tyres must be on blankets. Oh, this is Hajar's. So what they've taken off of Hajar, and obviously when they're being front, because they don't want everyone to see what's been happening. There we go, 3 of them. They just four of them now in front of the camera. Oh my, 5 of them in front of the camera. Because
we can't see what's happening.
We can't see what's happening.
If you hear someone start, if you hear the jack or another gun,
so
you've already messed up in handy, so you might as well get going. That was the delay on the front right.
That's excuse me.
Supposed to start with handy. They heard some others going.
So we've got rice done. I think we're going to have some. We'll have some plantain. I feel like some plantain.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't take out the chicken because I thought it just wouldn't have defrosted in time. But there's some, you know, we can. Okay.
George Russell's going to be out of the points here, Martin.
Yeah.
The lap cars are going to be unlapping themselves and pushed to the front of this queue.
At the moment, at Roland Garros, Zverev is 6-1 up in the first set, and he's 4-5 down in the second set to Kaboli.
In the slightest, George Russell.
And that's the final. That's the final.
Okay. So we've got 6-1, 5-4.
Yeah.
So Kaboli is the Italian and Zverev is German. So 6-1, 5-4. So it looks like Kaboli really came back.
He has come back. He has come back. 6-1.
Yeah.
6-1.
After losing.
Yeah, dominating the first set.
Yeah. There we go. And then coming back, which is sounds quite tactical.
Yeah.
So are we? No, they couldn't have been. This sounds. Yeah. They're still.
You guys ready to swap? What am I doing?
Okay, they didn't. Oh, they even. That was a very messy.
And there we go.
Pit stop.
I think that's the easiest SkyPad piece I've ever had to do.
Yeah.
There's no explanation.
Try harder next time.
So you can see how
even the tyres. They were just showing an example of
for obvious reasons, and then
Russell's pit stop from the point of view of not having.
Just that delay.
Everyone
around this track, as we know,
working in synchronization. So unfortunate from that point of view. So you were giving us the information about the tennis.
Yes.
What else were you going to say? You going to say something?
We've got in addition to the tennis World Cup football, Iranian football team has now landed in Mexico.
Right.
So
come on now.
Seems like.
They're going to forfeit, weren't they?
Yeah, now it seems like, we don't know what's going to happen. Iran's FIFA World Cup 2026 football team has landed in Mexico amid the ongoing rout over visas and access to the stadiums in the US where they are meant to play.
Right.
To get it over the line.
What is that going to mean? Will they mean that,
Listen, if they're in the team and they've been in the team for some time, surely you would have known who was going to be there and their visa.
Yeah.
They're just giving us a bit of information about the pit wall.
It is down that end.
Okay. We're still under red flag conditions.
Yeah.
Not too sure. They're not giving us any time
as to when we're going to get this race finished, so we don't know as yet.
when it's going to start. Yes.
George Russell has hopped out of his car. They all get out of the car during the red flag. You just see Kimi Antonelli there go back to the garage to chill out.
So there's a lot of there's a lot at the
on the
moment.
line of cars, hopped over the barrier, up the stairs.
Obviously, Mexico seems to have granted the US team, the Iranian team.
If you do it,
Yeah,
George Russell, just fact, George Russell's gone to see the steward. He's got a penalty. So yeah, and those penalties are either coming into the pit lane or otherwise certain infringements that really it's the team that should have made sure.
Potentially what happened is that backing up
Safety
too
car,
far.
or did he come out too fast?
Yeah, he's trying to make himself some space. You can't do
Right.
that. You can't disadvantage your rivals. You've got to stay within 10
Yes.
car lengths of the car.
The car in front of him did not
And that is,
give him the
George
opportunity
knows his
to have.
rules. And,
Yes.
that is what they're looking at then for Hadjar. I mean, Piastri sitting there having
Hadjar has done that quite a few times in concerns to he's driving well, but then he does certain things which is not the best, or he doesn't put it out there the best.
Ferrari fans still have Lewis
Okay,
Hamilton.
yeah,
as
Ferrari
their,
do still have Hamilton. I really
for this
hope.
race. Charles Leclerc is out, Stroll is out,
quite a few
Lando
drivers
Norris
out
is
of the
out,
race.
Ollie Behrman out, Valtteri
Yes.
Bottas out, Max Verstappen out
Yeah.
after the first
1, 2, 3,
lap of the
4,
race.
5,
This
6
is what happened to
drivers
Charles
out
Leclerc. The
of
race
the
was red flagged shortly after
of the
this.
race. Boom,
Got
same
onto that
spot I think as
surface.
Stroll.
No chance of avoiding the
Definitely.
barriers. Let's hear
Really,
from him.
that's really
Look back
unfortunate.
on it.
It's a shame that they didn't obviously stop the race before because Stroll's, and they were talking about it, remember, make sure they can stop the race if there was a red flag, that there'll be, remind you that was a time when they had both the Ferraris come in, that they'll be able to bank them up. But this is a long time for the drivers to be waiting, but I suppose to be waiting calmly, okay, oh there's Leclerc, what's he saying, how he's feeling?
Data speak for itself, and I don't know how much I can go into the detail. It's extremely frustrating. I think I've always been very honest, and no matter how many mistakes I do, I will hate to look at myself in the mirror and see myself finding excuses when I do a mistake. So that's why I'm always bluntly honest whenever I'm in front of cameras, but I'm not going to say any of it today.
Leclerc is not happy.
The amount,
and I think that
it's not even
saving from
I touched the brakes
cussing somebody,
and
the best thing you can do is just kind of like. And Hadjar had a brake issue as well, as well as Leclerc. One thing about this, the new challenges is with a engine or otherwise a power pack that can just kind of like stop at any time.
Yeah.
It's quite dangerous.
We've had some differences of brakes in between cars, but I don't think.
I think next time I'd like some wine,
disadvantage for me,
or maybe I'll go for. I'm gonna go and get the spring water.
And in Montreal with cold.
Maybe if we go to Canada, we might get wine sponsor at some point. Yeah, that'll be good. And I'll definitely drink to that.
I'll drink to that too. There's nothing in mine right now. Okay.
Keep subscribing, guys. You never know. Let's see if that wine sponsor's listening.
There we go. Thank you.
When you look like an idiot for
out there in
Polish fans for Hamilton.
Well, you certainly don't look like an idiot. I think there's obviously a fundamental problem there. So had it not been at that point, the track somewhere else, and that is clearly a massive headache going in when we've got 6 races in 8 weeks. Is the problem that you've got to get on top of.
That is one thing, 6 races in the next 8 weeks, because we're doing the European stint right now. So we've got Monaco, Spain, Austria, Great Britain, Belgium, Hungary, Netherlands, Italy, and then the second one. So the first one in Spain, we've got Barcelona, and then the end of that we've got Madrid. Azerbaijan, I like Azerbaijan, one of my lovely street races. Before we go to,
one of the street races.
There's something about a street race. I mean, Monaco is just a classic.
Yeah.
Azerbaijan, another like, you can't really get mad. It's really hard to get. The buildings are gorgeous.
Oh yeah.
And I think it's the architecture in that, which I do like as well.
Yeah.
But sometimes what I do like about Azerbaijan is it's just tight, you know. Lovely. Yeah.
In 11, nearly just over 10
And
minutes time.
so
Marco Rubio
now under investigation
has made a
for a
statement.
safety car infringement. Was he backing up?
what's the statement from
Marco
him?
Rubio, the US Secretary of State, regarding the situation. So as I've just said, the Iranian football team has gone to Mexico.
Okay.
So Mexico immigration have received the team.
Yes.
At the moment, they're not allowed, permitted to go into the US.
Into the United States.
Yeah, so they can go to Mexico and they can go to Canada.
Where's the
Marco Rubio has
where's the
US
finals?
the final is going to be in the US.
You know, but at this moment, I'm like, I hope they make it.
Yeah.
Because it's like, if you've got a game, don't let me start. If you've got a game, and it's then you can instantly, oh, that's just wrong.
The US
From the principle of sporting.
US officials have made a statement saying that Iran would use this opportunity. They would not be allowed to quote unquote. I'm quoting, so I'm not stating this is fact. I'm quoting. To abuse this system to sneak terrorists into the United States under false pretenses. So at the moment,
that's as good as and that's as good as the United States. So we'll send our men over to Venezuela or to Iran as posed as army. Army people. I'm not saying that's the case, but it's like that's a very catch-22. And I will say the race is going to start again in just under 8 minutes. So we're going to sit back to the Monaco race in just under 8 minutes. And we're talking about sports, so it's not just football. Thank you very much for being a part of not just football. And I know we've got quite a few people who have been who are watching us now. I think we've got one or two just kind of decided to go and have a tea break. Thank you very much. Let us know where you are. Let us know how your day's been going just before you obviously joined us. And what's some of your favourite sports? And what kind of sport would you like to see more?
That would be nice to tell us. Tell us what other sports you want us to cover. We'll definitely look to try and cover some different sports, definitely.
I'd like that. So what are some of the comments that we've had from anyone else that's been with us?
We've had hello, thanks for following. Go on, the youths are enjoying it. Natty is thrilled. Natty is thrilled. Hello Ricardo, we are following from Enfield.
Yes, that was his sisters.
Yes. So that's
Hamilton. Hamilton's trying to get back to his car. I don't know where he went to.
On his scooter.
He's on his scooter, getting back to his car, getting into the pit lane. The drivers, his team is literally waiting for him around his car. So now that we know it's 7 minutes and 18.
Do you think they're going to be allowed to come out and do like a warm-up thing be on a safety car?
Maybe,
yes. Because from the tires to go from here to.
Well, I think what they have to do, I don't know. Let's have a look.
Yes.
But
he's under investigation for a safety car infringement, and whatever he does at the restart might all be to avail because he could have a penalty coming his way.
They're just, what? Sometimes I think they've got nothing to do but give out
penalties.
Yeah.
This rate, Martin Brundle, Liam Lawson could be on the podium here.
Wow.
For the first time in Formula One.
After all these people get their,
Wow.
Who knows?
If it is a standing start, we don't know yet if it's a standing or a rolling or a safety car rolling start.
Well, they're out. I think they're out of order.
So we've got Hadjar and Hamilton on penalties. Is that what we got?
Yeah, we've got Hadjar, Hamilton, Russell, Gasly, and Colapinto on penalties.
Yeah.
But the infringements are in yellow with Hamilton and Hadjar. Right. So I mean, with Antonelli in first position, Hamilton second, Hadjar third, with Russell and for the first four are all under some kind of investigation, which means in sixth position is Piastri, who could end up being in second position, and Lawson, who's currently on seventh, could end up being on the pole on third.
Yeah.
So that's like what?
Yes.
Okay, so that's something else. Wow, Lawson, imagine that Lawson getting third position.
I believe it will always be a standing start unless conditions make that unsafe. So
So it's going to be a standing start. I want to know, are they in order
What the
though?
engineers and drivers talk about?
Yeah.
Exactly that. They know their grid position. They know that they expect it's going to be a standing start. That's a different grid position, apart from Antonelli, to how they started the race.
Oh gosh.
What's the grip like going to be there? What's the clutch position going to be? They're a much lighter fuel than they normally do a
Right.
standing start.
10.
So we're going through all of these things, the target that they set for the drivers
Oh, wow.
clutch to do that.
There's a lot of
start.
things,
Beginning
obviously,
of the race,
telemetry is in
very, very
concerns to
different the target
just
that
the
they set
statistics,
now.
when I say
So some of
statistics,
that
just
conversation
how they've got to get
We'll
all
be talking
the
about which zone
Yeah.
information,
what
information
temperatures it would be,
settled,
what pressures it would be at.
information relayed
Therefore, how
from
that
what
might
the
affect
engineers
the
would have
start, and then we're
organised
on to turn
to obviously what they have to
Some of the
stand
drivers
Yeah.
to do
will
now.
also look
As I said, with the
at
standing
any
start,
onboards that they
what they
have.
would have set
The
up for the
first
beginning of the
start
race
and the
is now
first
different
run to turn one.
to what's happening
All
now,
of
with them
that
being
will
out of
be
order.
targeted
Yeah.
It could really be quite a, not a catastrophe, but a catastrophe.
and into
Yeah.
turn one in this session.
So we're going to
Lots
see.
and lots going on and trying to improve the car. What their throttle
baby.
angle is, like
So,
they normally do on a pit stop.
We
How
know
can they
that,
get the most out
if
of the
anything,
gear line?
Hamilton will go ahead of
on that, and it's an important
Leclerc in the
point that they're
points,
running on low
with
fuel
Hamilton
instead of
at
fuel.
73 and Leclerc at 75 points. And obviously Hamilton, if he comes in at second, 73, so that's 80, 73, 81, 91.
A rolling
Yeah.
start
That's right, isn't it?
would probably be
78,
would
73,
involve
no,
that final
73,
corner more
three,
into what's going on to make that start. Safety
That's
cars have
7,
gone off and they all want to get the best one
8, yeah,
possible.
that's right.
That's
73,
negated
81,
when you've got
91.
that
So that's going to
start.
be something
prefer a
else.
standing
Well,
start
I'm concerned
to
exactly what's
resume a
gonna happen.
race that we've had before. Now,
Also, I would
the
say
cars now need to be
with
arranged in order.
our race
So
at the current
push the
time.
cars to the front in the correct order.
Oh, okay.
Has been the instruction.
Push the cars.
Kimi
To
Antonelli
the
in car
front,
number
the
12,
correct
Lewis
order.
Hamilton in car number 44, and Isaac
wow.
Hadjar in car number 6 being the top three here.
What happens if something happens as they push
So
the
they're going
cars?
to push the cars to the front in order, starting with Lindblad, and then Albon and Sainz. So they'll be allowed out first to go and try to unlock this.
So are they going to go back to the grid?
That's what I'm thinking.
Are they actually going to go to the
during the
grid?
course of this afternoon.
Or but they're actually right now on the
That's why they're moving them to one side to let those go through.
okay.
Yes, it's not the work of a moment trying to organise.
I don't get that. I don't understand that.
Cars
Does
down
that
the pit
mean?
lane.
I thought they were
Even
just.
though there's not
I thought
22
they'd let them
anymore,
go
we've
out
lost 6 from
maybe.
this race.
Obviously,
George
the order they
George
should be
is
in.
Quite the eventful
I don't get
Monaco
that.
Grand Prix.
Okay, they're getting their
Max Verstappen,
tires are coming
with,
off.
power unit issues
in
after the
concerns
first lap.
to,
Valtteri Bottas
the
car in
blankets.
2 hot brake issues.
They're pushing.
Ollie
They're going to
Behrman
push them.
after making
Then his
contact with
tires
his
are going to get
teammates.
cold.
Esteban Ocon going into the back room with a hairpin, had to come in for an early pit stop.
All the decision would have been done by the
Lando
stewards.
Norris, power unit issues.
Look at that
for
view.
him,
Imagine
second
watching the
time
race from there.
in 2 races that he's retired.
Wow.
with
And I'm
power
saying,
unit
watching the race
issues.
from there,
And then Lance
there's a
Stroll
gorgeous
and
view that we're
Charles
seeing, a
Leclerc
panoramic view
crashing
of
at the
Monte
final
Carlo,
corner with a
practically the whole principality of it, by the look of it.
and has had temporary repairs in the last few moments.
It's beautiful.
Hence,
I think what makes certain parts of Europe quite pretty is the terracotta roofs
Yes.
against the green.
session
Yeah.
that is going to
Which is quite
restart
nice.
very soon.
So what's Piastri going to say?
The cars are now coming out onto the track.
Trying to get them in order.
Take a very dim view of people leaving more than 10 car lengths.
Because there are 2 drivers under investigation for just that. They happen to be the driver in 3rd place and the driver
Okay, it looks like some
in 2nd
cars
place.
are going round the track
Certainly,
so that they can
more than
be at
10
the back
car
of the
lengths disadvantage behind might be
pit lane to ensure that when they start. Oh, come on, is that everybody out? Looks like everybody. Is that looks like am I seeing Lewis there?
If it ever finishes, it's
That's not a Ferrari.
what an event.
That's not a Ferrari.
What a bizarre afternoon in Formula 1.
That's not a Ferrari. That looks like a Williams. Looks like a Haas, and it looks like a something.
There are times when
Okay.
anything could happen.
So you can see, as there are some views we can actually see as they come past the
Brand new set.
certain chicanes and the swimming pool. In between the exit entry of the pit lane, you can see how
got his teammate
how
Liam
he
Lawson
actually
just ahead of him.
the gradient,
And
just how
obviously
high they
Liam
actually have to
Lawson
go up
probably
in
chopping a
comparison
bit
to how high that is.
to make some
Thank you very
passes
much
there.
for
These are
tuning
lapped
into It's Not
cars
Just Football
that are now
7142.
unlapping themselves.
That surprised you there. So,
tuning in, guys.
yeah, thank you very much. This is our first live stream for Formula One.
Yeah,
Okay.
right. Yeah,
Thank you very much for joining me, Professor Johnson.
Yes, yes.
I'm really grateful.
Thank you.
It's different for me.
Yeah.
The point of view of just, I'm just, it's different. I usually have all the little bits. So I haven't eaten, but that's not the point. No, we did have a nice little snack, a lovely
We
snack.
did.
Very nice snack, and we've enjoyed the conversation and just being able to communicate with you, those of you who are sharing the excitement of watching one of us listening to the Monaco Grand Prix 2026. Okay. Now, we were giving you some bits about the Monaco Grand Prix. It's not a sprint race. For this year, I said Antonelli has won 4 races in a row. This will be his 5th. And he didn't finish last year at Monaco. Also, some other things and concerns to see here at Monaco. I would say that most wins have been from Epicena. And we've also had Stirling Moss has won 3 here at Monaco, and Schumacher 5 at Monaco. Also celebrating the 1,000.
So George Russell, who has got a drive-through penalty to serve, is noting what Isaac Hadjar is doing. Lewis Hamilton did have to accelerate to get to Kimi Antonelli. That might be a defence for why he was more than 10 car lengths behind before. Okay. And Isaac Hadjar will say, well, I'm just doing what I'm doing here, and others are going faster around me. Look at that, Colapinto, Gasly, Russell.
Okay, Hadjar is saying he doesn't have enough power, which means that I hope that he does get his power.
For a safety car infringement.
Okay.
So the top 2 are going to be free to race here.
So Hamilton and Hadjar, their infringements are coming off in concerns to any infringements that they were given beforehand, which is good. It does mean that Russell still has his penalty for the drive-through, and so does Gasly. It also looks as if Antonelli, who led from the beginning of this race, is actually going to win the race. And Hamilton's going to be on the... I see a yellow flag. Safety car, what's happened? Why? Oh, they're under safety. Yeah, okay, for a moment I was like, okay.
Yeah.
They're under safety
But the
car
penalty
conditions.
has been removed from Lewis Hamilton.
It has, yes. And
it's still there under Hadjar. And we've still got the 2 red
it should
from
come
Russell and Gasly, which still means Piastri can still come 3rd. Depending.
Piastri.
Yeah, Piastri can still, but it seems like.
Yeah, we need some time.
I think we're kind of confident that those penalties will get reviewed and rescinded.
Yeah, we were told that Hadjars will come off, but they haven't taken it off of that. But we do have penalties or otherwise time penalties for Russell,
Gasly, Colapinto.
Yes. So
yeah, Stroll is retired.
We know the Ferrari's mighty off the start. Obviously.
So, with Ferrari being mighty off the start, would Hamilton be able to overtake Antonelli? That would be something.
Yeah.
That would be something. And it can happen. As much. Oh, I think. Well, the safety car looks like it's just gone in. What is Antonelli doing? Come on. Well, come on. See what Anthony's going to do. Let's have a look.
So we'll do the restart, and then we'll get 2 racing laps, and then we will need to do a drive-through penalty.
Oh wow. Okay, Russell.
Is that Hadjar?
That's for Russell. Okay, so now they're actually going to do restart, so they're going to restart actually on pole. So let's see how good or well Hamilton can come off of the line. He's in his box. Is he over his box though? He's got to focus with everybody else there. I am concerned how Hamilton is in his box though.
Yeah.
To me, it does look like his wheels are over. Is that?
But anyway.
Ooh.
Lewis ahead of the yellow.
Oh no, he's fine.
That might just be critical down
It
there.
might be.
Every inch crucial on any given Sunday.
Let's have a look. They're going to start again. Lights. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and off! 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 Come on, Ham! Come on, Ham! Come on, Ham! Come on, Ham! Can he do it? No. Woo! But Hajar's been taken over by Russell. Yes. Oh, Hajar didn't have it. Oh. Oh. George is going to be on pole. I know he's going to be happy for that. So, with that start, we've got Antonelli, Hamilton, Russell, Gasly, Hajar lost some places. Piastri came up. Lawson, Lindblad, he came up. Albon, Sainz, Ocon, Hulkenberg. Alonso, Perez has gone down, up, Colapinto and Bottas. Everybody's on soft tires.
Bit of a pile up here. Oh, little nudge. Oh!
Carlos Sainz and the Williams is out, and his 100% point scoring record here comes to an end of the restart. Hulkenberg down the inside was making up places, and then Sainz was in his way just when he didn't need it.
Oh, that wasn't sensible. I don't think that was a good idea, mate.
No.
Oh no, he's facing the wrong way. Okay, let's go. We've got 5. Come on, 5 laps to go. Okay, so no, yellow flags are gone. He's direction. Okay. Ooh, baby. Come on now. Lewis, you could more. Do we want him best to get on the podium? Than to make it.
Go for it.
Just.
But will you settle for that? Will you settle for that?
I think he might, but at least he's on the podium, because if Russell gets that, even with the 5 seconds that Russell's got, but Russell's got to go back into the podium, go back. He's not going to make it.
No, he's not.
Because he's Russell with 6.1 seconds behind. That means he's going to end up behind. Gasly might end up on
Hajar's still got that. Well, Piastri can still come third, depending on how these penalties play out.
Yeah, with Gasly as well. Why doesn't Gasly come in and do his? Yeah, we don't know. Come on, Hamilton, careful. Just get to the end, please. Woo, baby.
We've got pile up.
Okay, so Sainz is now out as well.
So, here we go then. This should be a run to the finish.
Okay. Sainz is now out as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, who's that? Ocon, is that Ocon? Okay.
Somebody's closing there now.
Don't try and overtake. Don't do it. Russell, box to serve side. What? Box. He's got to go in pit. So Russell's in pit, which means that maybe. But
oh, it's really tight. It's really tight.
Baby.
It's really tight.
So he comes out. Russell's out. So Russell is always all the way down in. Yeah.
Okay. Oh gosh.
Hajar should really come in.
No further investigation for the safety car infringement, but there's another infringement from Hajar.
Just not his day, mate. But Gasly's got an infringement as well.
Midfield trafficking. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Russell, careful now.
Six cars.
Oh, baby.
6 cars in midfield. All.
So really, we're talking about from Piastri all the way down to Perez.
Yeah.
Everyone's on soft tyres, so the stewards are saying after Hajar red flag infringement. So they're going to look at Hajar's infringement after the race, which means that we don't.
Coming his way, Piastri could end up on the podium here.
Yeah, as you said, you're quite right.
Yeah.
Even though we might not see him on the podium.
That was really
so
tight.
We've got about.
Hairpin right round.
2 in a row, both Williams. But who hits him? Yeah. But fortunately he keeps going, because if there was an accident there, then obviously that would have been red flag. Stop the race. There's no way you can get the car out of there in time to continue. And how are you going to get a little you're not going to get a truck down. Oh, there you go. Stop it. There you go. Boom. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. It wasn't really his fault by the look of it, from that point of view, because there's only so much that you can see. Colapinta.
Oh!
Just go as you go. Yeah, to going into the tunnel. Okay. Yes. Oh, and he was just okay. So so the incident involving Hajar will be dealt with after the race, and that's about the. So for sure, Antonelli, unless something, you know what, I'm not going to write it down until we actually get to in the race.
Yeah.
Because right now you just don't know what might happen.
Right now we don't know.
We don't know what. Yeah, exactly at all.
75 laps.
3 laps to go.
3 laps to go through this time.
The fastest lap again, Antonelli. I think he's definitely going to get the fastest lap. He seems to be really pushed it for the whole race. I haven't seen anybody that's really come to the fastest lap at all.
No, not so far.
So who would you be your driver of the day?
I would have said. I like Russ. I like. You know what? The move game. What's the name? Lindblad. Yeah, I like that little overtaking move that he done.
Well, the fact that he's the only one that did overtake.
Yeah. There's no real big overtaking. Hamilton's driven well.
Yeah.
I just like that little move from Lindblad. Okay. I like it. Yeah. I don't know, driver of the day. I call it my champagne moment of the race.
Okay.
Definitely. Russell, could Russell be the driver of the day? Could Russell be the driver? Again, he's been penalised and he's already down at the bottom.
Pit lane is going to take him out of the top 3. And while all that is happening,
so it's between Hamilton and Lindblad. Let me see what happens.
To the pace of the Mercedes and the pace of Kimi Antonelli here this afternoon with his teammate George Russell out of the points. Antonelli's on course for 25.
For the second time today.
Okay.
I suppose because he's been in front, he's not been in any trouble, he's maintained his lead. Probably Antonelli.
Yeah, I would go.
And Lindblad for my champagne moment. With the overtaking maneuver.
Right. I think, I can definitely go for an Antonelli and fastest lap.
Yeah.
They've definitely got the pace at the moment, lapping in the 114s, Gasly third, lapping in the 116s.
Okay. So nobody's been overlapped as such. You know, there's going to be a lot of, let's see exactly what the final order is.
Yeah.
You know, besides, unfortunately, the first 2 haven't got any penalties or otherwise restrictions that are put on them. It's a real shame because after the weekend that started, we've been nice to see up there. Piastri, wow. You know what, when they were talking about, I'm just going to jump to something, when they were talking about Antonelli, how fantastic he is for this season, this is how Piastri's season started last year. Because Piastri, you know, was ahead to a point was like, well, you know, he's definitely destined to win for the whole season. I mean, even going up to Europe, Piastri was ahead, and then obviously coming back into Europe, things didn't go well for him. Excuse me. So in some respect, as much as that's very much how it is for Kimi Antonelli right now, unless things kind of like turn in certain places, he could do very well for the whole season.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely.
Because it's 150 points.
150 points, yeah.
So 130, he's 131, 41, 51, so that's 56. Wow.
Already by 14 seconds.
So he's coming up to his penultimate lap, Kimi Antonelli, winning Monaco. I don't think Hamilton's ever won Monaco. I don't think Hamilton's ever won Monaco. I don't think
is heading up around Massenet and into Casino Square for one last time. Chasing after him, awful lot of attention on Kim this weekend. The headlines are going to be written by Kimi this weekend.
They are in their final lap,
brilliant performance to
I'm really pleased that Hamilton is contending the championship in front of you in second place, and that again that has the Bonington boys on the pole, or on the stand, on the podium. Get it right, Sheda.
in Monaco. He has been absolutely
Wow.
on from Saturday morning
Yes,
onwards.
yes,
He has shown
yeah.
the way.
Because for P1 and P2,
He has
Hamilton was the
won. He has
fastest.
won Monaco.
What year did he win? Once.
But there's been nothing slow about it. When the lights went out today, Kimi Antonelli got
Yes.
his foot to the floor.
And he wins
survived
the
restarts.
Monaco.
He
How is he
survived
going
the safety
to?
cars.
Wow.
He comes home to
Winning
win
Monaco
Kimi
Grand Prix.
Antonelli
Wow, I've got
wins
goosebumps
5 Grand Prix victories
in a row. Lewis Hamilton, yes! Come on now.
for Ferrari for the
Woo!
second successive race. Antonelli.
Yeah.
Did Hamilton change his helmet? He's got a red helmet on. Oh no, that's somebody else. Sorry, that's
So Hamilton has won Monaco.
Gasly gets third position. That's like a Hulkenberg win. Wow.
Moves ahead of him to take that third place with a steward's investigation.
Wow. So we
to come
don't
for
know.
him. Oscar Piastri is definitely fourth. Liam Lawson is
Yes.
an equal best place.
Yeah.
Don't know. Wow.
Fifth from Arvid Lindblad,
Wow.
who changed his
That's been
during
lovely.
that red flag.
So at the current time, the results are Antonelli wins. That's 5 in a row.
Goes a block for Gasly, first Monaco win.
Okay, that's Wellington giving him congratulations there. Antonelli, Hamilton, Hajar, Piastri, Lawson, Lindblad, Gasly,
Yeah.
Albon, Hulkenberg in the points. Good for you, Hulkenberg, Ocon, Perez, Alonso, and Sainz. That's Alonso, so maybe that might have been Albon.
Yeah.
Yes, so that's
So
it.
Gasly drops down to P7.
So thank you very much.
Yes.
I'm enjoying it. What do you think of the Monaco Grand Prix?
The Monaco Grand Prix has not disappointed. It's lived up to the expectations. Again, I remember the great Senna and Alain Prost Monaco races
Right.
from yesteryear. It's not been a disappointment. We've had the drama of the safety car and the
Yes,
bits and
yes.
all of that.
It's been nice little drama.
Yeah, right at the end there, you had the little pile up, and the man get his real touch, and nearly, you know, all what you expect from a Monaco Grand Prix, definitely.
And if you'd like to hear more of our thoughts, and more than likely we're going to go through just what's going to happen, and more than I'm sure there'll be some other things that will come up in concerns to just the penalties. Please tune in on Tuesday, www.bbmcradio.com, where you'll be able to listen to Professor Johnson and myself on the F1 and All Sports talk show.
Yeah.
So it's not just football, 7142, and the F1 Sports show, which will be on Tuesday. So if you'd like some more feedback, because we're going to be going over all the other sports. There's obviously the football in concern to the friendlies that are starting. Then there's the tennis for today. There's the cricket that's happening, and then there's the boxing that happened yesterday, and some more boxing. There's a cricket that's going on. Did I say the cricket? And then obviously there's the F1 that's just going on. And oh my gosh!
There's a lot of sport.
There's a lot of sport. Oh my
We've got the
gosh.
Women's T20 World Cup.
Oh no! And then we've got the obviously with the tennis. We've got what do you call it before Wimbledon?
The French Roland Garros.
The French, but down in
Eastbourne.
No, not Eastbourne. Oh, Eastbourne, and then there's
Queens.
Queens. That's it.
Queens,
Yes.
which is down the road.
And obviously then we're gonna have Serena.
Yeah, Serena has decided to make a return.
Wild card. So there's so much to talk about, and obviously we're gonna be talking about all that. And on Tuesday we'll have our own Carol Glenn, and I don't know what she thought of the race. Tunde, what she thinks of football, and Mr. McIntosh, what he thinks of everything.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be we've got room, we've got space with a little bit of music put in there. Okay. All right.
Bye guys. We're signing out now. So we'll talk to you again on Tuesday.
Okay.
Bye. 4, 2.
Oh my gosh.